Recording started. Music. Okay. Oh, let me do my recap. Previously in the God-Breaking, Elwyn scryed on the locations of Clovis mirror shards, and was surprised to find that they revealed to him several locations around Tandesh. When he was finished with his scrying, though, he found Clovis, the halfling right hand of Asmodeus, staring back at him through the mirror. An illusion of the halfling appeared and teased the party by playing a game. Clovis unleashed shadow assassins throughout the towns and locations in the world that seemed most precious and most familiar to our party. After a rampant spree of death and mayhem, the party eventually chased down all the assassins in Westvane, Heldren, Ospium, and then Vortum. But the cost of life was dear. So you guys are now currently in Vortum. You arrived there, and you found the dwarves had just put up a valiant battle and destroyed the last of the assassins. There was some talk, there was some basically briefing as you guys shared information about what's been going on, and then dwarves, as dwarves tend to do, decide to throw a big party because of the recent battle that was won. So right now it's kind of in the evening. You guys have just gotten off of a heavy day's worth of travel. Elwyn used like every one of his spell slots, and you guys are pretty well tapped. It's not full on like bedtime yet. It's not, but it's still kind of in the evening, so like 7 p.m. And the dwarves are really or they're really breaking all the stops. They're cracking open kegs of ale. They brought musicians in, and basically it's time for celebration. So all around you guys, there's dwarves toasting each other, just really going to town on the beverages. There's food. There's dancing. There's stuff all over the place. Sigma 3, which is the female one. What's her name? Eloise. Is off. She and Elwyn just kind of go walk off to a tavern somewhere and grab some food or something like that. This is Sigma 3. They just kind of go and hang out on their own. All right. So that's the environment that you guys are in. There's music playing, there's festivity, and all this stuff. What would you like to do? Get my fun music
Uh,
playing. Is there anything that you would like to talk to anyone or yeah, I don't know what you guys want to do.
okay, so just we know there's the shadow assassin dudes.
Yeah.
Are we pretty sure that they're not going to strike again? That was just like a one-time for funsies game that the Clovis guy did just to fuck with us.
You guys have accounted for all of the die rolls that he made. So there were 7 of them. There were 9 of them in Ospium in Westvane. There were 4 of them in Ospium. There were 7 of them in Heldren and 10 here. So you guys have accounted for all of them.
Okay. Um, I asked Modron if he knows any good way to track down like any of these guys, like these other horsemen people. I kind of he's like a higher ranking person, being a big O super cod.
Okay. Okay. You walk around the square, the large dwarven square, and there's again festivities everywhere. People are dancing. You bump into a couple people as they are teetering back and forth across the way. Um, you come across Tharasque, the aspect of Modron, off at in one section of the square, hanging out with like a small group, maybe a handful, 5 or 6, kind of like street urchin type kids. He's squatted down on a knee, and all the kids are kind of gathering around him, and you hear him kind of as you walk up, he's telling a story about something that he did in the past, about a great flying machine that he crafted for one of the gods 1,000 years ago. The kids are completely enthralled as you walk up to him. right, what are you gonna say?
Sorry, I cut it for a second. So I'm gonna be like, hey, big boss god dude. So you're a big boss god dude. How do we find like these horsemen dudes that keep messing around? It seemed like you guys didn't have much of a problem when you infiltrated the city.
He turns to you and he smiles as he stands up. He says, "Well, that'll be all, children." He dusts his hands off. "Come back tomorrow," he says, "and I'll tell you another tale. The tale of how I wrestled the kraken and took the claw off its hind limb." The children gasp and then they run away. He stands up and says, "Oh, so you wish to talk business, Demos? Very well. Come." He waves you over to like an outdoor table. "At least let's do so over a drink."
Damos pulls out his, he says, I got this one, bro, Tonio. He pulls out his bag of colding,
Huh?
and I pull out some tequila.
Oh, okay.
And I say, bro, don't have any of that stuff. I'm sure it's good, but this shit's gonna knock your socks off.
Okay. Alright, you pass him a frothy bottle of, not a frothy, but a nice bottle of tequila. It's nice and chilled, being in the bag of colding. Modron, like, pops it open, he sniffs at it. Then he takes a large swig. He says, "Ha! Buy me own ass," he says. "This shit's fucking good." And he takes another big chug.
Man, you should try it with, like, limes and ice.
He pounds it down, and he says, "Okay, very good, very good." He says, "Tell me, Demos," he says, "you'll be looking for the horsemen. You know who they are.
Yeah.
Which ones in particular do you have on your scent?"
Well, talking to the rest of the big group, I'm pretty sure, back me up, guys, as Damos is waving for you guys to come towards in case he's saying something wrong. But he says, I believe we're trying to go after that little gnome bastard, and or halfling, whatever he is, and the lady with the big O honkers.
He smiles. He says, "Aye." He kind of rubs his beard. He says, "I agree that going after the key players would probably be your best bet. However, I have to tell you about my own limitations, as it were. I am a god. Don't take it. Don't catch me as saying otherwise. But this is a large world, and the ones who support those individuals that you have spoken of are quite a bit stronger than even I. I can only peer so far. My gaze has limits in this realm at this time. If you know what I mean. If I were to attempt to peer into the mist and see them, I assure you, the one who commands them would see me as well."
Fair enough. You wouldn't have let's say you have a educated guess. You seem like a pretty smart guy. You know, being a super old, powerful, crazy, cool god, but if you had to take an educated guess, where would you say maybe one of them would be?
He says, "Well, if what you tell me is true, then they'll be coming for you. However, I do have one inkling. You've told me of what your knowledge of this Incomel is, and how his attentions have moved to Ascaria, home of the High Elves. You've told me of Clovis as well, and that he mentions perhaps some large ambitions towards Vistrala. but I've heard nothing of Malcontent, the queen bitch of the succubi. I tell you this, if I were Asmodeus, and I'm certainly not, I'd be placing me most trusted and most powerful lieutenant at the most important and crucial juncture of my plans. If what is happening in the Rapidnesh is what you say, I suspect that Malcontent is close to that portal, and that she is ensuring that it stays open and alive as the demons of hell and the abyss invade the heavens. That's what I would do.
Ah, that makes sense.
Come now, hey, I have a question for you. How's that walking castle I made for you been working out?
Well, I got my rhino parked in there,
Hey,
and I want to fly around in it and stuff, and it's pretty fucking cool.
good. He slaps his leg. I
And
like to hear it.
talking about cool stuff that you can do, it seems you can do it pretty good.
Well, I
What
am
are
a
the
god,
chances? Can you? I got this Lebanon wing, these shadow dragon claws. Can you pound these things into my armor to make my armor better and even more sexually cool?
No, you desire it for the sexual appeal.
Well, I mean, the
women
armory
folk.
stuff, but Deimos thinks that super strong stuff is sexually appealing, and he shows this picture that Feldorn made. It shows the bottom link there, and he's like, I want stuff like this."
Wait, the armor?
Yeah.
you kind of sketch that out on the table, and he smiles. He says, you'll be looking for some custom armor work. I see.
Yeah. I've got this cool demon armor, which is pretty fucking cool. We got rid of the demon stuff, and it's good armor, but I got the stuff we're gonna add to it, and I've got money.
Hey.
Gods love money.
Oh, I heard you guys talking about that. I'll split up the cash.
I say I'll ever be in your debt because I would really freaking think this would be cool.
He said, no. Nay. No debt owed. He says, I am owed to you for what you have done in saving me country and for breaking me out of the dark hole that I was in. Yes. I'll craft you the best fucking armor this side of the heavens.
Make sure it's not attunement, whatever.
Well, actually, my armor right now is attunement. Deimos passes out from blushing and high blood pressure.
Still ask for it.
Deimos is happy with whatever he gets.
He says, at a very small price, however.
All right, Deimos still partly conscious as he's twitching on the ground, thinking about sexy armor. What do you need?
More of that tequila.
Joke's on you, Modron. And I open up the bag and I show him the huge stash we have in there.
Alright, so he says, a challenge fit for a god! He claps his hands together, and he goes in and grabs 2 fistfuls of bottles and slams them down on the table. Alright, so the rest of you guys see Deimos and Modron off in the corner of the square. Just totally just talking and laughing and chugging down the drink. What are you guys doing?
If my god's drinking, I'm going to join him.
Okay.
I asked him if he could turn my lightsaber into a saber staff.
A saber staff?
I think he wants
Hang on,
like
I'll find a picture.
Like a Darth Maul deal? Like a double-sided thing?
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of like chuckles as he has multiple drinks in him already. He says, "I'm the god of fucking crafting." He says, I can literally craft anything into any other fucking thing.
I see you've been drinking quite a lot.
Yes. You're right about that. We dwarven gods, we deliberately allow ourselves to get inebriated as part of our dwarven culture, of course. Okay, so you want him to change your staff
Not the staff.
or your
the-
sword?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna hold off on that because I'll come back to him.
Okay. Kildrak,
I
Euphemia?
need to think about that.
I'm just gonna go start drinking. I don't need it.
All right. You guys are slamming it down. Euphemia?
Unless I can do something with my armor.
What do you want? You have not because you ask not.
I'm looking for, I don't know, something better than what I have. Something to avoid not dying.
To keep you from dying?
Well, no, not that. You know, something to make me better in combat. I don't know.
Okay.
I really have no clue.
Okay.
I have +2 armor.
+2 armor right now. Let's see what kind you have.
It's just a breastplate +2.
Okay. And you're using a breastplate because you don't want the disadvantage on stealth from half plate and the other.
This is as far as I can go without going against Alistair Creed.
What's the creed?
Chain type armor, medium.
Okay. But you can go up to the higher levels of medium armor, right?
Isn't breastplate the highest?
No.
Nope.
Half plate would be the highest.
Oh, didn't know that.
Okay. So Modron kind of looks over to you and he's eyeing the workmanship of your breastplate. He says, "Of course," he says. "Oh, I can fairly quickly, of course, piece together some accompanying and matching parts to fill out the protection of your breastplate. I'll see what I can do." Alright. Anything else?
Actually, instead of a saber staff, I kind of want him to see if he can make my half plate a little bit stronger.
Let's see what you got.
I got +2 half plate.
Okay.
Stronger as long as it doesn't require attunement.
Okay. He kind of he scratches his chin and he looks at it all and he's like, "Hey, I'll see what I can do. After all, you and your friends, have done a great work for our people." Okay.
Yeah, the no attunement thing probably goes for me too, because sacrifice same thing.
Okay. Are you guys gonna do anything else tonight? Modron says that he will work on the items that you've given to him. Or that you've
I'm
requested.
gonna.
I'm just gonna restock
There's
the
no one
visions.
here that's really good with magic, is there?
Not necessarily. No, the magic was outlawed for the longest time.
Are there potion people here yet?
Who?
Like people who could make potions, or is that still from an outlaw? They wouldn't have any.
You'd have to go to the royal treasury. And the last time you were here, you kind of bought out what they had. Remember?
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I'm gonna. Oh, here's something. I'm gonna ask the dwarves, whoever does the anthemite. Oh, well, that won't work.
The Emeraldine?
Yeah, I want some way, in case you're the what do you call him? The gnome guy,
Uh-huh.
whatever he was.
The halfling.
I want a way to stop the shard from him telling where we are. Some type of container for it.
How about you just throw the shard away?
Because it could be useful later on.
Feldorn just shakes his head and walks away.
He's used it to find us, so why can't we use it to find him?
Okay, so you're asking Mojin? Or are you asking someone else?
I'll ask Modrin, but I wanna find like whoever's in charge of emeralding as well.
Okay. You pull that out.
The leading expert.
You put the shard on the table, and Mojin looks at it. He says, "Ah, I have not seen a piece of demon glass. Oh, in a number of years.
Demon glass?
Aye. Crafted in the depths of the abyss." He says, "Forged from the unique ore and materials they have down there. Yes. I'll not touch the stuff, of course. It's foul, smells." He says, "However, I'll tell you this. That in your hands is more a device that can be used against you than you would be able to employ for your own purposes."
Okay. What's the best way to destroy it?
Yes. "In me forge, under me hammer. Yes.
Okay.
I can crush it for you."
Sure.
Alright, so you can take it from you. Okay, anything else? So you guys spend the rest of the evening talking and meeting with dwarven people. There's merriment, and several hours later, you all kind of like venture off at your own pace towards the lodging that they've given to you guys. You kind of have like they've kind of dedicated a permanent kind of inn to you guys, a section of an inn to you guys. So you guys go there, you have your individual rooms, and unless you guys want to do anything else, you guys settle down for the night. No? Okay. So, dwarven parties are famous for their length, for their the liveliness, and for the passion at which the dwarves pursue their drinking and their revelry. So this thing's gonna last several days. Over the course of the next couple days, is there anything that you guys want to take care of?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I actually want to go back to Modrin and see if he knows where I can find a nightmare.
Okay.
Because I think last time I spoke to him about it, he said he was going to look into it or something.
Yeah. Okay. Deimos?
I'm just kind of restocking supplies and stuff.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to probably leave the area.
Okay.
And I'm going to work on probably rearranging the priestesses, since we had a large loss
Okay.
at the keep.
So you're going back to the keep for a day or two to kind of reorganize them and try to...
Well, the keep and the other two temples, and I'm going to try to, rearrange the priestesses so there's more, equal.
Wait.
Oh wait,
Are there two temples?
actually,
Is there?
You only have the one...
Oh, wait, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have two temples total.
Yes.
Sorry.
And I also tell Modrin to make my armor look like the blue one, not the red one.
Deimos is actually gonna go
Okay.
walk to the magic item keep.
The treasury?
Yeah, the treasury. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Here.
Okay, Kildrak, doing anything?
Nope.
Alright. So you're hanging out with the dwarves. You're engaging in dwarven culture. You're eating the foods that can really only be gotten from dwarven restaurants and stuff like that. And you're really enjoying the memories and the nostalgia of just being an ordinary dwarf instead of being on the road, instead of being with a band of mercenaries or adventurers or that kind of thing. So Kildrek is really throwing himself into that and just taking a deep breath as he's in his homeland. Euphemia, you head back to Heldren, which is where your keep is, and you find that the rebuilding efforts are slow because most or lots and lots of people have been lost. The loss of life there was very great. But Armeg is doing his best to pull people together, as well as a few other of your trusted stewards and employees. They're working to pull things together. And I think Taliessa or whatever her name, the female mercenary who you hired to go back there many months ago. She's also working and trying to rebuild. What specifically are you trying to do as far as recruiting acolytes for your temple?
Well, I was gonna go to the other one, the temple that had all the different priestesses.
Yeah.
You know, you gave me a much larger number.
Yeah.
I was gonna move some of those to the temple,
Yeah.
the key temple.
Yeah, back in Ospium, the population is much larger, so they have a lot of more people to draw from when it comes to recruiting converts to your basically your faith. So that's why the numbers have swelled there. So in Ospium, you have about 24 acolytes in various degrees of training. About 10 of which are close to completing their basically their training. How many or who would you like to move?
How many total are there?
24, 2 dozen. In Ospium. And there's only the 4 that you have left in Heldren.
Yeah, like 15. Before 15 people that are willing to come over.
Okay.
Plus, I'm gonna try to get the most experienced.
Okay. Alright, so you leave the headmistress in Ospium, and then you bring her most experienced and most powerful acolytes back with you. So remaining in Ospium are 15, 24...
I'm not gonna totally destroy their ranks, but,
Yeah.
you know, get a good... I'll not all... You know what I mean?
Okay, so there's 9 in Ospium now, and there's 19 in Heldren. Okay.
Wait, what? Say that again?
There's 9 in Ospium now, and there's 19 in Heldren, where your keep is.
Okay.
Okay?
And I'm gonna give, Ospium some gold.
Okay.
For recruiting and, you know, whatever they need.
Good, because they've done well with what you've given them so far as maintaining and building up the property and recruiting and supplying their priestesses. You had left like 5,000 gold there last time, and they've done well with it. Okay, so how much are you leaving?
Then I'll do that again.
Okay.
5,000.
Alright.
I have 5,000, right?
You should.
I didn't see how much you gave me. Yeah. I have 5,000.
Okay. Alright, Feldorn. Get to you.
Yep.
What were you doing?
I was asking him again about the nightmare.
Okay.
I mean, I think you kind of hinted that... Well, out of character, you hinted that Clovis was a nightmare.
Okay.
So I'm kind of asking him, you know, what can he tell me about Clovis, and then also about nightmares.
Okay. As far as... So you go up to him and you kind of just ask him these questions and are pursuing it. He says,
I have to be honest with you, friend Feldorn. I cannot peer into the mind or the life of this Clovis you speak of. Most of what I know of him is from what you have told me. as I mentioned to Deimos yesterday, if I were to extend my sight into that realm, into the presence of one so close to the hand of Asmodeus, then the dark red god himself would for certain see me as well. And that is something I am not willing to do at this moment. However, if what you say is true, then your descriptions and the chaos and the power which this one wields, and the pleasure he takes in tormenting his foes, would certainly be in line with a powerful nightmare from the abyss.
So then we've got to kill him. So then, alright, out of character, because Elwin told me that last week that we kind of didn't decide what we wanted to do, and that he was leaning towards going after Clovis, because Clovis mentioned he was fucking with the weave.
Yeah, but we decided to go for the dragons because they were going to upgrade us because someone told us that couldn't kill Clovis.
I
I
don't
think the
think
DM
no one-
hinted. The DM hinted that we would have a problem killing him.
I don't remember that specifically, but I do
You guys
remember
fight all
going
these
to
guys
agree to the
eventually.
dragons. Yeah, I do remember going to agree to the dragons because it would upgrade Elwin's staff and it would possibly upgrade Euphemia's stuff, or be closer to upgrading her stuff.
Oops.
Fantasy Grounds is kind of broken because it's giving me way more AC than I should have.
How much did you have? I'm
With-
I'm screwing around with your character sheets right now. But
No, half plate is 15, which plus 3 is actually 18, but it's giving me 25. They should have only given me plus 1 more, so I should be at like 22
okay,
AC.
half plate is 5. Then you have a shield, right?
Yeah.
Then Dex. Yeah, that's right. This should be right. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. You should have 22.
Yeah, I should have 22. If you want to give me the 25, I'll be happy with that.
Why is this calculating 24? Do you see 24 on your screen?
No, I see 22 on my screen.
Okay, alright. Okay, so, that's what he's basically able to tell you about Clovis.
Okay. So basically, Clovis is a nightmare. Go fuck his ass up. Got it.
As best as he knows, he cannot extend himself too far.
Well, just in character, that's what Feldorn would be. He'd be like, yeah, let's go kick his ass.
Okay.
So okay, we still out of character. We decided to just go for the dragons then.
Yeah, plus
Yeah.
we don't know where Clovis is.
Well,
That's what we were trying to figure out, but we
See-
got our asses kicked.
Feldorn was here when Clovis said he was fucking with the weave. So I would ask Modrin if he knows exactly, where one could do something like that.
Oh, that's the Elven nation. Can't remember what's name.
No, the weave
Aspra
isn't
or
contained in-
Mistrala?
Yeah, Mistrala isn't necessarily Elven, it's just magic. The Elven
I
nation
thought that's
is-
where the Elven city was.
I
Nope.
think it's in Taswan. Taswan for sure.
No.
There's like this
What?
feudal lord there, guys. I swear, he's like the big alpha dog.
Alright, talking to Modrin, or did we already figure out that the weave is kind of like in Mistrala?
The weave is in Mistrala for sure. Oscaria is the Elven city,
Okay.
where, what's his face is headed. Where Tarrasque.
Alright. I wasn't here to input my 2 cents, but I will input my 2 cents now. Feldorn, Euphemia, Kildrak, Elwyn, and I think Ashok's magic is also considered arcane. Comes from the weave. Should anything
Yeah,
happen
that-
to the
that-
weave,
That was Elwin's argument too.
should
but
it?
We
it should-
decided for weapons over magic.
Okay, so remember, magic weapons come from the weave as well. all arcane sources of magic come from the weave. No weave, zero magic.
I still think that we should get a little bit stronger and then make our hell over there.
No
And we
weave,
could probably use the dragon.
zero magic.
Dragons will help us. Though.
Deimos is really confused. He's like, if
What
we
if
all
we
just go
could
to the gym, we just get fucking ripped.
on dragons, right to the weave.
If
Come on.
you don't mind me interjecting.
In our OC conversation? Okay.
He says,
Damn you, godly.
I am, after all, a deity.
he says,
Third world breaking?
I have a hard time believing that this character, even a nightmare as powerful, or even a powerful nightmare, would be capable of destroying the weave. The weave cannot be destroyed, my friends. The weave is intertwined with this very world that we stand upon.
So if he destroys it, the world goes boom?
It binds the planes together. It flows in and out. It is all. Yes. To destroy the weave would be to destroy all planes. Something a nightmare is certainly not capable of.
So what do you think
Okay,
the
I'll
reason
take your
he's
word
going
for
there?
it.
I don't know, he says. However, if the goddess Mistra were to fall, that would be a very, very dire circumstance for all who interact with the weave on this plane.
And Mistra is the goddess of magic, so... Again,
No. Just go fuck yourself.
no magic, no nothing. Only person that would have magic would be Deimos.
Deimos
And his-
doesn't have magic. He just has really good roid rage.
And his armor and shit would be completely useless. It would just be like wearing regular armor.
My power comes from Elistray.
Nope,
Fuck
you're a
Mistrella.
power. You're a bard.
Fuck Mistrella.
You're a
La la
you're a
la, not
bard.
listening. La la
Of
la.
course, of course you're not, because you're just like every other woman. You're way of the highway.
Oh, Deimos is staying out of this one. He puts his hands up in the air and walks away slowly.
all right. Well, while you
I
guys,
know where you sleep and I have a knife.
That's okay. I have a weapon that tells me when you're coming.
You'd be the first man.
I start pinning him to the ground and making him take shots of tequila.
okay. So while you guys spend the next couple of days, in Cragland, or going about doing the things that you're planning to do. Euphemia, you go back to Heldrin and Ospium, and you consolidate the organization and the location of a lot of your trainees. Feldorn, you have this conversation with Tarrasque. Deimos, what were you doing with Tarrasque? What were you doing? Oh, you wanted to go back to the Royal Treasury, right?
Yeah.
All right. You walk up there and you see a clerk. Not the one oh, what was his name? Start with a C. It wasn't the head guy. You see like an under clerk there that day. He says, "Yes, may I help you?"
I say, hey, bro, Tonio. I'm not here for anything in particular, but I'm here to tell you to go do some stuff. You cool with that?
No, he says, I have been ordered to stay here at all costs and not abandoning my post after all.
Oh, you don't have to abandon your post. You just have to do what I say, okay?
All the other clerks and clerics here have gone off to take part in the festivities. And
Yeah,
here I
I know.
am.
Isn't that freaking fantastic that they're all partying while you're here? They must not like you very much.
No, I don't believe they do.
That's fine. I think you're okay. I mean, you're small and squishy and not very strong, but I still think you're okay.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, he says. But unfortunately, your accolades do me no good, as I am bound to sit here and do fuck all for who knows how long.
Alright. Now, I don't want any of this stuff now, whatsoever. But I'm just looking for future purposes, because Deimos is definitely an endgame type of guy. He's a long-term relationship type of guy, if you know what you're saying.
I see,
But,
yes.
I hear you have some of these books, where you guys can find these books. that make people stronger or
Yeah.
tougher or smarter and stuff like that.
We have been known to deal in such things.
Do you have any say books? Not saying I want any of them now, but I want to place them on hold for later purposes,
We have
such
a
as
number.
we bring you heads of a Tarrasque, let's say.
We have a number of such books. He flips open a binder. He says, perhaps there are one or two that are coming off of their long, century-long refreshing period in the next
Alright.
year or two.
Well, I would like to put a tab on that for my party, if that is okay. As you can tell, I'm an important person. I have this important person sticker right here on my chest. As you can tell, I'm a big deal.
Yes, yes, yes. I've heard the stories. I know of who you are. He says, I will make a note here. He scribbles next to the line on one of the, just very bored. And he says, when some of these tomes come about, he says, unless we hear otherwise, you are in queue to have access to them. Of course, you understand that the Royal Treasury does not deal in transactions, monetary transactions. We deal
I
in
know, that's
trade.
fine, but Modrin totally said it was cool.
Oh, well, he says.
He's like, hey, Modrin's like totally our bro. We're tequila bros. You know what we're talking about?
He says, well, if the god of all craftsmanship and dwarven kind approves of your having access to our library, then of course I'm sure the higher ups would be okay with this.
All right. All right, just making sure. Just definitely putting dibs in that for the party.
Well, I thank you for your visit. You have done quite a bit to break up the tedium which I have had here for the last 3 days.
And I say, hey, bro, just between me and you, I think you're doing a fantastic job. I write down a few exercises for this guy, and I tell him, like, this is what you gotta do. You're gonna get ripped, you're gonna do all the ladies, and I pull out, like, 2 bottles of tequila. I'm like, this is for you, bro. They ain't gonna even know. They ain't gonna even know.
He says, these are forbidden. Is it for alcoholic beverage?
Yeah, I don't see no one around, except, Modrin's, like, good old buddy, and he seems to think it's pretty cool.
As well. He kind of looks at the bottles. He says, don't tell anyone, okay? And he kind of sneaks
Hey,
over
you can
his
tell
ring.
no one.
He gives you a thumbs up.
I give him a little, like, wink, and I walk away.
Okay. All right. The next day, so this is on the 3rd day. Modrin, you guys hear a knock at the door as a small cart pulled by a couple of goats and a couple of there's like a scruffy looking dwarf just kind of like sitting on there. Pulls up in front of your hotel. And he walks into the door pretty it's early in the morning. He says,
Aye, innkeep. He says, get those adventurers here. Special delivery from Tarrasque here.
the innkeeper goes up the stairs and he kind of rouses you all. He knocks on the doors. He says, do you have a visitor? Please come downstairs and see what he is doing so he can leave my establishment and stop raising such a racket. You guys go downstairs and you see this scruffy looking dwarf. He asks you to sign for receipt of the delivery. Upon doing so, he leaves packages for each of you here. You guys open them to find that all of your armor has been upgraded. I think every one of you has a +3 version of the armor that you're using before. Euphemia, yours has been upgraded to half plate, and you specifically have you find that the additions that he's crafted are very light. They are made of some different kind of substance. You suspect it's mithril, so you don't have disadvantage on stealth checks for your increased armor.
So, do I have to... Is it a new item, or is it just upgraded the item I have?
I changed the item in your inventory, so your armor on your character sheet should be correct now. So it's
Half plate +3.
yeah, +3 half plate.
Oh, gross. This is awesome.
Okay.
So that
Feldorn,
gives me 1 AC total.
increase.
Yeah,
Oh, you're at 20 now, so
I was at 19.
do you have anything else that you're wearing that gives you armor?
The gauntlet
Oh, that gives you plus
gives
one.
me +1.
Okay, so that you should be at 21 then.
Okay. Day 2.
There you go. Okay. Feldorn, you likewise, your armor has been upgraded to +3 half plate armor. And Deimos, he returns it to you, and it's like pretty fly.
Oh,
The wings and the feather work and all that stuff are pretty. He's worked in the textures and the patterns of those pieces that you gave him, the scale and the wing, the Levian wing and the dragon scales. So go ahead and pull those out of your inventory, and he's laid
Right.
them in. It's purely cosmetic, but the demon armor has definitely been enhanced. It's now +3 demon armor.
sweet.
Okay.
Wait, did my armor still give disadvantage on stealth?
Yes, yours does.
Okay.
Okay.
Deimos doesn't know what to do. He's just incredibly happy right now.
Okay. As around this time on the third day, the kind of the revelry has died down in the town that you guys are in, and life in town has kind of gone back to its normal pattern and its normal course. The businesses have kind of like reopened, and people are going back about their normal affairs. You do have a visitor later in the morning. As you guys are admiring the armor, you do have a visitor walk in. It is one of the familiar faces from Dwarven, basically the ruling body of the dwarves right now. Because as you guys left it, Tigron Bouldercrest could not rule because he had forsworn his name and his title. So his little sister Celeste is the heir to the throne, but she's all of like 4 years old. So the council has taken the reins of leadership. One of which on the council is Roesia, a halfling. She walks into the tavern, into the inn that you guys are staying at. And she says, "Greetings," she says. I hope I did not arrive too early. I saw, however, that there was some activity at this inn, and I was hoping to catch you all before you were off on whatever next adventure you set out upon. She says, "Is now a good time?"
Yeah.
I just wanted to catch up with you and inform you of what has been going on in our nation and in our town since you were last here. She says, and I do appreciate the work that you have done to keep us safe. She says, the Tarrasque, he also asked me to come and bid you farewell. He has headed off. He left late last night. I believe he said he was going to the outskirts of Cragland somewhere, on some border towns and some smaller locales. Something about a temple of his that needed rebuilding. So he has left town, but the affairs of the city are going well. We've made significant progress in reverting many of the changes that the king had initiated. I dare say that dwarven culture is beginning to thrive. As she's talking, and she starts telling you about commerce, and she's talking about the rebuilding of dwarven worship sites, of locations of history and of the military and all that stuff. She's just giving you a quick rundown of what's been going on in the nation, how the borders are being secured, and of various uprisings and various things that have been causing things that have caused alarm within the country, but nothing really out of the ordinary. There's some bandit clans that have been causing some trouble way to the west. There's stuff like that, but none of it sounds particularly worrying. You do hear, as she's talking, a horn come from way out down in town, just like a big like announcement kind of horn. She tips her head up, listens to it for a second, and she goes back on talking for a little while. And she says, "Oh, that's the horn for when they open the gates. Whenever the regular regular intervals, the gates are opened, we sound this horn to announce it. I don't know why though." She looks at out the window. She says, "This is an off hour." Oh. She says, "Pardon me." She says, "If this is what I suspect it is, then perhaps they are finally here. Come, you might be interested in seeing this." She kind of waves over, and she heads out over to the doorway. Let's see here. She leans out the window, at the threshold of the doorway, and she looks out, and she says, "Ah, it is indeed true," she says. "They have finally arrived. I was wondering if they would ever get here." So basically, at several times throughout the day, at regular intervals, the large gate that holds the primary bridge intact of Vordum is lifted, and the bridge is extended across so that commerce and caravans and travelers can make their way across. It only happens at 3 intervals throughout the day. This one is an unscheduled or an ordinary occasion, and this doesn't happen very often. It's usually just for important events or important visitors, that kind of stuff. She kind of heads over, and as she waves you over, she says, "A number of weeks ago, we received a request from some of the elven survivors of Sindalar. Their entire country has been ravaged by the monsters that have been attacking them, and they have many refugees, civilians, wounded, and elderly, who have been in hiding, seeking asylum. The council finally decided that we should open our borders to our neighbors to the north."
Have you made sure they're not part of the army?
She says, "Aye, of course. We make sure that they are all disarmed, and before they cannot
No,
cross
I
the
mean
border."
leapers, so you make sure they're not leapers.
She says, "Well, we have, that was our primary concern, and we received word from, or we issued commands to our border guards. I believe you know him, a dwarf named Tarrasque. He's the head of the northern border guard, to only allow legitimate and bona fide refugees through. And he knows his work. He knows the scent of these aberrations that you speak of. So yes, we have done our screening."
I think this country's screwed.
She says, "Well, we would be open to discussion," but she looks out, and as you look out, there's a small crowd of people crossing the bridge, of varying shape, sizes, and that kind of stuff. Basically a general hodgepodge of elven civilians start coming in.
How far away are they?
They're crossing over into the city right now.
And about how many?
Hundreds.
When I get a chance,
Yeah.
I want to kind of like walk through the crowd and divine sense the heck out of them.
Okay.
Because
AKA 3
we
times.
taught him everything about figuring those guys out. And I don't know if we know how to even tell. So,
My divine sense should be able to tell. Because they're demonic in nature, right?
no, they're not. They're not magical or dynamic.
Pretty much
They're
flanks.
Nope.
It's not. I understand that where isn't magic in it, but still shouldn't they register as demonic on my
Nope.
divine sense? I'm asking the DM.
Oh, sorry.
You can certainly go try to find out.
And there's the DM answer.
As the
Okay, so I won't do that then, but at some point in time, I would like to ask the guy we had research these things, what he thinks about it, whether they would register demonic.
Okay. So you dropped off a corpse with Moltar Bennot in Westvane, and also with the princess in Ospium. So those are the two resources that you have to find out more about them.
Before we leave on our either our Dragoner adventure or Mistral adventure, I would like to talk to both of them.
Okay. All right. As the population of elves comes across, they start streaming through, and it takes about an hour for them all to start coming in. All said and done, it's upwards of 1,000 civilians that have been evacuated from Sindalar and have made their way through the bulk of Cragland to the city of Vortum. They cordon them off. They're the dwarves and the elves. They have a long history of war and enmity and that kind of thing. Both very old races and bordering countries with each other. There's been centuries, even millennia of bad blood between the two. So they don't get the people they don't interblend very well. So the elves all are kind of sent off to like a section of a large open area within the city, and they're not walled off or caged in or anything like that. But they're asked to be sequestered there for a little while as they figure out what's going on.
Is it possible to, as they're going through, just give them a decent look down to see if I notice anything out of the ordinary?
Sure. You guys want to head over there?
If they came at a weird time.
Yeah, if only like 5 of them are leapers, they could probably do a ton of damage to the city.
I ask Elwin first if he can do transporting for me, so I can go find out about it.
Okay, you want to zap? Elwin has not returned. He's still he's still off with Sigma 3.
Please don't make me have to tell. I'm gonna go find Elwin just so Elwin can take him. 'Cause I am not gonna be his chauffeur.
All right. So you take a little bit. You find Elwin, and Elwin agrees to send you wherever you need to go. All right.
I want to go with
Well,
him.
he's got to come with, or I guess
Yeah.
Princess can send me at some point.
Okay.
I ask for each one of these elves, 'cause there's about 1,000 of them.
Are you a leaper?
Yeah.
Are you a leaper?
Alright, he does the math. Damos does the math. He's not very good at math, but he does the math anyways. And I pick up kind of like a small pipe, little pipe, and I tell the guards hey guys, I gotta check every single one of these people. And then I say, hey guys, there's nothing
Did you
against
cut 'em
you.
open?
I'm just gonna give you a
You
little
can
whack
see
of
the dark
poonie,
stuff.
just a little bruise on the shoulder, and I'm gonna go around just start light tapping them all on the shoulder to see if it starts to swell or red, because I know that not magic stuff does not work on these guys.
So, as you guys are talking about this, Rowisia kind of looks at you and she says, "My friends, you look concerned. Should we be taking more precautions than we are?" A worried look comes across her face. Perhaps we should go talk to these people, or
Yeah, we should hit them with rocks.
Last we heard, I don't think any elves survived. The whole nation was turned into labor. And you found the only refugees to survive.
Well, if you take a whole nation, certainly a genocide in the order of exterminating all the wood elves.
They didn't get exterminated. They were all transformed into an army. Yeah.
She says
There were no civilians.
she says, well, She says, the reports we have had from our border, they, they must be, they conflict a little
You
bit.
see the fat paladin over there, or cleric? Killed that guy
I do.
that you're... Killed him.
Wait, what?
I had to bring him back to... Remember? She's taking the word on the guy that you killed. The guy that said Tempest sucked.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure he changed his ways, but yeah, he's not the smartest one there.
She says, I apologize, but the numbers don't add up. She says, in a nation of millions, if they were all converted to these wild, ravenous creatures, they would have overrun the entire continent by now.
Deimos just starts yelling the whole thing called magic. Magic. Shit happens. Magic.
She says, well, she says, you have certainly
There's this-
alarmed me. She says, perhaps we should deal with these elves in a different way. What would you suggest?
Deimos points at the brick in his hand.
You wish us to build them a building?
Yeah, I'll show you. I'm just gonna kind of go down the line, just tap them all. Like, enough that would definitely leave a bruise. But I'm going down the line. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I have to do this. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to do this. You're great
Just take a
people.
blood sample with a regular knife, prick them on the fingers,
Yeah.
see if they bleed, see if it heals. That's, simplest way. Instead of smashing people over the head with a brick.
All right, so you guys start heading over to where the refugees are being held. Feldorn, do you have any input, or do you want to say anything?
I agree with Deimos. We should smash him over the head with the brick.
I'm not saying smash them. I'm saying they're gonna have a sore shoulder for like a day.
Okay.
That's fine to have
A
safety.
prick on the finger will do it. And it's not good. It's
It's
easier
like
than
a-
hitting someone on the head with a brick.
Yeah, it's like a shot when you come to America. You get that big, gigantic shot in your shoulder. It's just the same thing.
The fop shot.
Yep.
Okay, you guys start heading over in that direction, and Roesia is a little bit concerned now. She kind of, you see her. There's multiple attendants to her outside the door. That had come along with her, and she came in to talk to you by herself. But as she leaves, her attendants come alongside. She whispers to them a little bit, and you see a couple of them ride off quickly. And as you guys start heading across the city to where and it's a couple levels down. You guys were higher up in the structure of Vordum. So as you start heading down, you see a large body of basically a division of dwarven military, of a dwarven army and guards come up, headed by this guy, with this guy at the front. Come alongside you guys.
Comes that?
I believe his name was
You've seen him
Roid
before.
Rage.
Right. He
Who's
comes
he?
up. That's Sigma 2.
Okay.
Yeah. He comes over and he says,
I hear we may have some trouble, a brew.
We might. I don't know. Just checking. Better to be safe than sorry. Just like last time you fucked up your country. Just saying. Better be safe than sorry. All right. We don't want to go 2 for 2. 1 for 1's okay.
he says,
Grad school, that's a passing grade.
I don't know if I agree with your assessment of our situation. However, I am all in favor of caution and of bashing in any heads that need bashing. I brought me boys. We'll do what needs to be done.
Roesia kind of waves her hand. She says, no, gentle Sigma. She says, I forgot what this guy's name was. She says, we don't want to inflame an entire civilization. She says, we have done this as an altruistic and benevolent act to allow the elves within our borders. There are women and children and elderly and sick here. She says, please know that these are not warriors. We have to be gentle. She walks forward, and as you guys progress through town, so now it's you guys it's Rowisia with her contingent, and then it's Sigma 2 with his basically his honor guard with him. You guys approach the refugees, and as you get closer, you see that they've kind of sprawled out in the area that they've been allotted. It's like an open courtyard area. A bunch of them are sitting down. They had a few animals with them, but most of them came in on foot. They're tired. They're dusty. They're wearing travel cloaks and stuff. You see families. You see lots of kids running around. You see elderly. You see some sick that are let up on some carts and that kind of stuff that have been pulled. This is very much a civilian population that's been brought here. A couple individuals see you approaching, and they start walking out towards you. This guy is at the forefront. He says, he and Rowisia look at each other, and he look direct with his gaze directed at Rowisia. He says, "Mistress," and he bows. He says, "My name is Lark. I am among the leadership of our people here. We are very, very appreciative of your generosity in allowing us to enter your borders. The bloodshed and the carnage in our own land has been quite despicable. So, our gratitude." He bows again. At his side, you see 3 other individuals. A female elf, or 2 female elves, and what looks like a human male. Yeah, a human male. I guess he is. The second one walks up to you. So this is this lady here, and she says, "I am Joniquisa." She says, "We are here, and we are appreciative as well. Is there a place where we should stay? Are there rules that we should abide by? We do not wish to impose." And you hear a snide comment coming from the more sharp and short-haired elven female, just like kind of under her breath. She says, "As if," she's like, "these dwarves are going to toss us out on our asses. Just watch." Rowisia steps forward and says, "Welcome to our country. We are honored to have you here, and we are grateful that you made the trip safely." She says, "We have provided an area of our city on the other side of this wall here, where your people can settle. There are some rudimentary buildings for you to accommodate, and we hope to supply you with any food and other kinds of supplies and equipment that we would find necessary. We apologize for the war. These are terrible times, and we just hope that this bit of respite is a comfort to you and your people." And she bows. And she looks at you all, and she says, "Do you have anything to add?"
Yeah. Formal line. 2 lines. One line you get hit in the shoulder with a rock, the other line you get cut in the hand. You know the drill, guys. Those big brown and red everythings, they don't get hurt with these normal things. This is normal precaution. You guys are totally okay with this. It won't hurt that bad.
The short-haired female elf stands up and she says, "I knew it!
I am not a dwarf, so shut the fuck up, little person."
I knew
And he
it!"
says, "Make up lines. You're an old person. You can probably count to 2. 1, 2, 2 lines. You know how this works. If you're against this, you're stupid, because there's only survivors here."
"These fucking people just wish to abuse us."
No. They don't. I do. Because I don't like getting my butt kicked over and over and over.
She says,
Any volunteers that aren't terrible, evil, whatever they are.
they look at each other, and she says, "Our people have been slaughtered. They
Yes,
have
I
been
know. Why?
torn limb from limb, disemboweled before our very eyes. Look at
Isn't
these
it terrible?
people. She says, there's been much bloodshed and loss here.
Yeah, and you don't
I'm gonna
want to
step
care, do you?
forward.
What type of
Just
sick bastard
do
are
what he
you?
says.
If you see that happen to you, and then you don't want to go through that little tiny precaution of having a sore finger or a slightly bruised shoulder to not have that happen again.
They will stop with the brick.
They look at each other and
Get the
says,
brick.
what would we be, what, the lark, the male steps forward again. He says, what would you have us submit to?
We just want to make sure that none of your people have transformed into the Leapers, or whatever they might be called.
We were all,
Yeah.
they look at each other, we all had, what do you say, an extensive physical inspection at the border crossing.
Yes, I agree with you, but you have to understand, I'm a cleric and I'm totally a holy guy, and I'm really good at healing, and I totally know what I'm talking about.
Says,
So I'm totally a doctor, and let's get in 2 lines now. You can pick which line, because see, you guys have a choice now, because we care about you.
would you spare the women and children?
I'm afraid everyone
It's literally a
has
prick on the
possession.
finger.
They kind of look
Look,
at each other.
the gods are helping us. Usually if the gods help you, you're usually on a good side. I can't be too evil now, can I?
They kind of look at each other and they
Look at me. I think I'm a human. I might be a human. I don't even know what I am. I got a cool cat, though. Just get in the fucking line.
The short-haired female elf is like visibly pissed.
Alright, I give her a knife and a break. I see here. Cut my fucking finger and smack me on the shoulder. It makes you feel better. And we're all fair in this game. Alright? I
Just
want to
smack
feel
me in the
left
head.
out.
It's okay.
She says, "You." They look at each other and they say, "Very well, if you wish to." As they're saying that, this guy kind of leans in and says, "It's best to submit to their."
It's not
request."
submitting. It's called surviving. Have you guys not seen The Walking Dead in this thing? You can't do that stuff.
We have but few choices here. He's very soft-spoken. He says, "Perhaps we should just do as they ask." You see her just kind of like bristle a little bit, and she says, "Very well." She says, "Do what you wish." Fucking pig."
No. You get to draw first blood, and I give her the stupid little dagger and a stupid little break, and I say, give you a nice little cut, nice little whack. It's to make you feel better, because I can tell you got temper problems.
She looks you in the eye and she leans and she says, "Would that I could thrust this into your heart."
No, you couldn't. It wouldn't even hurt that bad, trust me. I'm significantly stronger than you. Look at these muscles. This 4-inch blade can't go through all this muscle.
Yeah, that knife only does 1d4 damage. I mean, he has like 8,900 hit points.
I tell her, young lady, or whatever you are, I've been dead a couple times, and it kind of blows butthole. So let's just make this easy, and be a good little girl, and just give me a nice little whack with this break, and a nice little cut with this dagger. It's gonna make you feel a whole lot better.
She takes them and she looks them in her hands. She you could tell that she's from like nobility. Her posture is different than the rest of them, and
I tell her I'm way more noble than you.
she's holding the brick in one hand and the dagger in the other, and she looks at you and she she reaches over and she draws a thin line of blood across your hand.
I see, that wasn't so bad. Now here, take out your anger, bash me with this brick, okay? Give you a nice solid smack with it.
She takes and she smacks across the side of the head with the brick.
I give her a big smile. It's like, I'm guessing a little bit of blood's coming down. I'm like, see, doesn't that just make you feel better?
Yeah, it freaking hurts. It does. What is that?
Add the D4 for the knife.
It's a magic brick.
It's
It's like
it a
plus
+5 brick?
14 to damage.
All right, so one for the hand, and let's see here, 3 plus we'll go 5 for the brick.
All right.
Okay, so 6 totals here. All right, she says, "There." She says, "Very well.
And I say,
What
look,
do you want from us?"
I'm totally bleeding, and you can tell I'm not one of those things that killed all your people, right?
Agreed.
So
But I
How
don't
with this?
understand
We-
what this test is supposed to prove.
Well, see, if it was a magic thing, magic things hurt those things. Regular bricks and knives don't. That's why a lot of you people died, because you didn't have as many magic things.
She kind of sighs. She says, "Is that what this is all about?"
Yeah, it's all it's all about.
The long-haired female comes up and she says, "You can," she says, "you can look at our people and you see that none of them are those red abominations."
You say that, but see, we had to kill a couple of those guys, and then we had to go see some old one, like some crazy old
That's
dude.
wait. Before you start hitting people with a brick, can Feldorn roll something to remember if these things like had control of their own transformation or something, or if they were
The
just
basic
like
ones don't, but what if these are like advanced versions?
So let's see. You've had limited experience with them. Actually, you've seen the only ones you saw were the ones at the border.
yeah. So then I would think that obviously
you fought some more at the Lycanthrope Synod. So yeah.
yeah
I
obviously
remember
they can't be
We
elite.
brought one. Remember, we brought one back to life, and he transformed. He was a human or elf, and he couldn't control his transformation and turned back into one of them.
Yeah.
Chicken time
But the point
bombs.
is, what if what if these, they could not be almost transformed, or they could be more advanced versions.
I don't know
like
about
the
more
elites.
advanced versions. But literally, guys,
It's Midas.
it's not that hard.
Come
If
on.
you guys ever had a flu shot before, it's literally like a flu shot.
Yeah, it's like a pink. I mean, it's gonna instantly heal if they're like evil.
Feldorn just kind of rolls his eyes and says, "Whatever."
The long-haired elf says, "Even if we were all these abominations in disguise," she says, "of course we would be hurt by these weapons. I mean, we're
What?
we're
No, that
elves.
doesn't make any sense.
We're people here. Look at them. Look at us." She says, "Here." She says, "Hits me." She holds out her arm to you, or her hand. She says, "Come, crush my hand with your
Whoa, whoa,
rock."
whoa, 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 whoa. What about this crushing thing? It's literally a tap, okay? You want the little prick or you want the little tap?
Feldorn just stands in front of Deimos and pulls out a little non-lethal dagger and just gives her a prick on the finger.
Okay.
The point was,
All right, as you poke her finger, you see a drop of blood form at the tip of her fingertip,
And then I tell her,
and then it heals over quickly.
Oh no. How quickly?
Well, it stops bleeding. It's a small prick.
Deimos pricks his finger real fast. See how fast that heals.
Quite a bit slower.
Oh no. Deimos is good at healing.
was that an
Unfortunately,
unnatural
Deimos' doctor's
healing
degree
for
came from
elves?
community college.
Well, elves heal fairly quickly. The human kind of steps up. He says, "Perhaps we should." He looks around, and he looks back. You see a bunch of the people.
I'm
the
gonna
elves,
ask Nina.
all
I'm
worried.
gonna ask Nina. Is that if that was a good thing or a bad thing? Even though she's a cat.
She's a cat. She's
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
she
she
got
did
good
not.
smelling.
It's-
I'm like, Captain Fluffy Paws. They smell bad?
All right. So you're pulling the cat out.
Yeah.
All right. Roll animal
Gosh,
handling.
I assumed she was already out.
Animal handling.
Why do
She
we
ain't no
have-
animal.
We already know she's human or humanish.
She's a cat.
Come on. Yeah, but she's Nina.
And then with whatever it
Those
is with the
fucking gauntlets.
thingy to make my slightly better.
Okay. You pull Nina out, and you throw her on the ground. And she
She's going
raises
on
her
the
head.
ground
She's,
for it.
well, you put her on
Damn
the
it,
ground. You
Deimos.
put her on the ground. She's looking.
No,
she
I'm
looks at them. She
thinking
walks
of
over. She
Deimos.
sniffs them. You see her kind of back up, and be very cautious. The hair on her back beginning to bristle.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Captain, come back here. Some bad stuff's just about to happen.
The man comes up and says, "No, but please stop." He looks back and he says, We're beginning to cause a scene. He looks and he says, there are women and children who are beginning to fear. We have been through much. Says, could we continue this conversation perhaps out of line of sight of the smaller of our convoy here?
Are they in a group? Are they like grouped together within a 20-foot radius?
Which ones?
The other people that he doesn't want them to see what's happening.
There's lots of them. They're scattered out all over the place. But yeah, they're all pretty clustered up. 1,000 people, they fill a fair amount of space.
I think there's something else going on.
Deimos
Maybe.
thinks there is too, but he's A-okay with a 4-on-4 fight.
The short-haired one looks at you and she's like, just staring in your eyes, and she's like, pig. She's whispering the word pig.
What'd you
across at
say?
you. The short-haired one, she's just like, pig.
She called me a pig? Pigs are delicious.
He is a pig, but I don't know why she's
That's
calling
first
him
off, that's not true. Deimos totally comes from he doesn't know who his parents are. I could be, I don't know. I could be a kraken. I could be a rabbit. Deimos doesn't know. I'm a variant human.
Sigma 2 steps up to you. He says,
Do we need to handle this? I would not mind shedding blood of some elves today.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Elves are totally cool people.
I'm sure if these are elves.
Yeah, so, Deimos, thinking out loud here. If we take those guys and they want to meet separately, yeah, we can do that, guys. You guys, make sure you guys have magic weapons? You guys got magic shit?
No, they don't.
Guys, okay, really quickly, pray to Tempest real fast, get some Tempest power in you, and,
Does silver hurt these guys like normal?
no.
Oh, we never test. I don't remember. They're highly resistant to everything other than pure magic.
I still think silver would have some sort of effect. So I can
Or it didn't do much to him.
Yeah, I remember we hit one with a silver sword and it like bounced off. But then Deimos killed it, so we couldn't keep testing.
What?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember. That
Hey,
doesn't
look.
make any sense.
Obviously, from what we know from these guys, they wouldn't have gotten hurt anyways if they were those things, because non-magic items bounced off of them. This one started bleeding.
Fair enough.
And then instantly healed. And plus, Captain Fluffy Paws doesn't like them.
Captain
Is she
Fluffy
taking
Paws is
the
a cat.
size of Captain Fluffy Paws? What is this?
What?
Is Euphemia taking the side of Captain Fluffy Paws? This must be the Twilight Zone.
Everyone's got to always take the thing, Captain Fluffy Paws.
Hey, technically, Captain Fluffy Paws belonged to me, and I gave him to Deimos. So fuck
That is, first off, not how it works, because
That
Deimos
was-
Deimos is going to cast Wish and destroy Euphemia.
Use divine intervention for that.
Alright, they're rolling it. No, I'm joking. Alright, well, whatever we do, I'm assuming the Sigma 2 is going to be watching over
Right.
something where we do something else. I'm going to cast the second level spell for the magic weapon, slap it on his axe,
Okay.
and I'll be like, hey, if something bad stuff happens, this might help.
Can't
Nice.
you ask Tempest if these guys are where Tarrasques?
Well, something's going on.
I figure
Oh.
right now, because I think from like the past couple times that Tempest has been pretty busy, where it's very hard to divination him.
Oh, so what you're saying is Tempest is a punk. Got it.
Bitch. What? No. Why don't you go ask your sword dude?
How would my sword know? The only way my sword would know is if it stabs
Then why do
somebody.
you worship the sword? That's just a silly thing.
Let me
okay?
taste its
Come on
blood,
now.
and I'll tell you what it is.
You could slice their hand with the sword.
But it's a magic weapon, of course it's gonna slice through their hand.
Well, if the sword tastes the blood, it could tell you.
Bah. All right, fine, whatever. I'll
Let's just
spend
go talk to him.
the stupid 4th level spot just to focus real hard and be like, Tempest, I know you're busy. Are there any of those Tarrasques? Okay, I don't know the word Tarrasque. Any of those red lycanthrope thingies in this local vicinity?
This is in question concerning what we call event or activity to occur within 7 days. Alright, religion check.
Are we 18 or 19?
18.
We need to level soon.
You, Deimos, you kind of step back and you wave your hands in the air, and you craft the divination spell. And you close your eyes and you focus in on yourself. And you can sense as your mind goes up, it breaks through the veil, as the veil just kind of opens up in parts. You've passed through the barrier often enough that doing so is not a challenging prospect anymore. You reach out into the heavens and you just simply ask. You think this thought in your mind, asking the heavens to, and thinking of Tempos specifically, to reveal or to answer your question about who these creatures are in front of you. And in the stillness of your mind and in your heart, you feel your cat jump back up into your pouch, and she snuggles back into your chest, and your mind is just taken off, and she's snuggled up into the pouch in front of you, and you can feel her trembling inside your pouch a little bit. And you hear in your mind this response.
Ah, okay.
What'd you get?
As Deimos snaps out of his roid rage trance, you hear him yell out, some of them are not who they appear to be.
More information.
That's all I know. Some of them are not who they appear to be.
So we know what we think we know more than we know?
That's all I know.
That's a lot to know.
All I know is that they're not all fancy little elfie dudes and one old man.
So I slash the old man's wrist with my my rapier.
You guys have to move up to him. He's kind of in the back behind them. He's at
I
least.
thought he was.
No,
I thought he was up towards the front.
He's at least 10 feet away from you.
Yeah, I
More like
moved up
15
to
feet
him.
away from you. You're gonna move up to him?
Yeah. Well, technically, I don't even have to. I could just freaking send my rapier at his ass.
Okay, you're gonna let it fly and send it at the older guy?
Yeah. It's gonna just to slash his like hand or something.
Okay. Which hand? He's wearing a cloak. And he's a small, kind of thin, frail-looking guy. His frame. So if you're flying towards where his hands would be, everything's covered up right now. All you can basically see is his head and the cloak and his hands are underneath it.
Well, it's gonna go right through his cloak and cut. I don't know, the right hand.
Okay. As you head in that direction, the sword just dashes through the air and it tears in, and where an arm normally would be, it rips through the clothing, and you can see that all that was hanging there was like an empty sleeve. There is no arm there.
Rip off his cloak. What's under there? Is he a nudist?
He kind of like startles and says, we really should not do this here. He says, I will show you everything and explain everything to you. Please just he looks around at all the people. He says, "Just, I don't want to cause trouble." And he pulls.
At that I just
Let's
cast.
just
At that
let's
I
take
cast.
him inside. Let's not do this here like he says.
At that I cast darkness around myself and him, and I tell him, "Show me. Nobody else can see but me."
He
And everyone frees out
okay.
from darkness.
All right. So everyone just, and you see all the other elves. You can hear them gasp as this cloud of darkness just ripples out from you, engulfing you and pretty much everyone around you, including him. Sigma 2 shouts out, says, "What the bloody fuck?" And a couple of people gasp, and you hear some cries and some kids wailing and that kind of stuff. But
Good job, good job.
the man, the kind of older man, he's frail, he's small. He says, very well." He kind of stutters, and he pulls back his tunic and opens his cloak up, and where with his left arm is normal, even though it's a little older, and frail. He pulls back, and where his right arm is, you see this withered up kind of stump. The arm is still formed and stuff, but it's hanging up underneath. You know how when you like keep your arm underneath your shirt, and if you don't put it through the armhole in your shirt or something, like you just keep it underneath, right? It's
Yeah.
kind of drawn across his chest, and he pulls his tunic back, and it's kind of withered and gnarled. It's like been like torn up, like a monster had been chewing on it. So there's pieces of it hang in there and it forms around the bone and stuff like that, but there's large chunks of flesh missing and it's just ripped apart. It's all healed up though. And it's like it happened a long time ago. And he shows you his arm. He says, we do have much to discuss."
At that I tell him, "Cover up," before I drop the darkness.
Okay.
And as soon as he covers up, the darkness disappears as I drop concentration on it.
Okay. All right. So what do you guys want to do?
Then I said, "Let's go talk."
Ruicia points, says, I don't think we should go far." She says, "There is..." She points to a building, maybe 30 feet away. It looks to be a small dwelling place, like an individual house. They head over there. Some of her guards have the people who live there clear it. You guys walk into a small open area. There's a simple dining table in there, and basic living arrangements for a lower income type like dwarf. So you guys are currently sitting inside or inside this room. It's maybe 20 by 20 and or 15 by 15, let's say. And there's basic furnishings and that kind of stuff. The elves, they kind of go in and they the man sits down, and he sits a very wearied kind of sigh as he collapses, and you can see what some of the elves help him sit down. The ladies help him, they kind of assist him as he goes there. You can definitely see them deferring to him. The man just kind of accompanies them to behind, and he's just like staring at you all suspiciously, and so is the short-haired elf. So there in the quiet of that room, so it's just you guys and these four. Sigma 2 says that he's standing outside and he says,
Call if you need help. I'll be coming in with me ox.
okay? So you guys are in the room with them. My apologies, the older man says. He says, I knew we could not come here without raising some kind of alarm. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Invaro. I was a merchant in Sindalar, and I was caught up with these people, and for some reason they listened to my voice. And please permit the lady here, her sharp tongue. He points to the short-haired elf. This is Hennevel. She has lost much. She is a
a noble of noble blood, a lesser bloodline, but of nobility. So she can be quite biting with her tongue sometimes. And of course, you know Lark. He points to the man over his shoulder. And this is Jean Cuissa. He points to the long-haired elf. We are just the leaders, the ragtag leaders of this group, the ones who have been chosen to speak for the rest. So this is Lark, John Cuissa, and his name is Invaro. Now I know you have many fears and concerns. Perhaps we should discuss them now. What do you fear of us?
Well, the Loth worshipper thinks you're were lizards or whatever those damn things were we were fighting.
This is.
Rats.
As I point to the drow.
He looks around. He says, "And what would you do if we were?"
I'd have to kill you.
He kind of stops for a second. He just looks down and he says, "Why?"
Because those things tried to kill us, and I'm not happy with that.
He says,
Well, give us a reason not to kill you, and don't listen to Mr. Fuck Everything over there.
Have you ever?" He says, "I know you have. I've heard your stories. I know there was a time when the dwarves were taking up arms against you." He says, "But you do not judge
And
all
we
dwarves by
killed a
the
lot of those.
hasty actions of a few. Why would
No,
you?"
but we have one of the few as our bitch back in our house.
He says, You speak crudely."
Well, I'm just saying, if you are made from a super demon thingy, usually you're bad. I'm not saying all of you are, but you gotta have at least some cool redeeming qualities to not be super crazy evil.
He says, "I'm not saying that we are. We are who we appear to be. Elves come from Sindalar. It's been a long journey." He says, "But I'm trying to understand where you are coming from. If we were these creatures," he says, I suppose I just don't understand."
There's a whole army of that kind, basically marching across the world to destroy everything. And you wonder why we might be hesitant to trust you?
Have you ever asked them what they want? What they are
No,
looking
they were
for?
trying to eat our face. There
Well,
wasn't much talking.
he says, that is unfortunate.
Plus, we've talked to the original, the master of all beasts, or whatever you want to call him. He said to kill you guys. So,
He says,
when the leader of your kind doesn't trust you, that doesn't leave much room.
I mean, Damus doesn't want to kill anyone who's not bad. So I'm gonna stare each one of them in the eyes and ask them, are you a good person? Are you not gonna harm innocent or stuff? Will you work out all day and worship Tempest?
which one are you directing to any one of them?
Oh, I'm gonna ask each one of them. This is the Deimos test. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Sounds more like the Goku test.
roll insight.
Oh, it was almost a 20.
You look across them and you're asking this question, and here in this more secluded room, you're locking eyes with them, and they're quick to glance away, except the short-haired one. She just kind of stares you down. She says, "You know nothing of what we have been through, or of who we are. Who are you to judge?"
Alright, we're getting somewhere now. Alright? You're saying, who are we? You don't know what we're doing. We're literally trying to find out who you guys are, what you're doing. So we're getting there. You're a smart one. I see why you're the smart one of this group. But yeah, just tell us why you're here, what you've been doing, why is shit so hard.
Lark, the male, begins to speak forward. He says, as I have said, we are refugees come from... And as he says that, the man, the human male, who's sitting down, he's the only one who's sitting down, he kind of raises his hand. He says, enough, Lark. Enough. And Lark goes silent. Invaro continues. He says, very, very well. He says, enough with the false pretenses and appearances. He says, supposing we were who you suspect us to be. Supposing your city here had been infiltrated by some of these leapers, or as you call them, these red aberrations. He says, I think it means something that we have not already resorted to bloodshed and the tearing of flesh. He says, a good assumption would be that there's something we need or we are looking for, and that is greater than our desire to kill.
I mean, if you can totally control that stuff, and you guys aren't gonna do that stuff, you guys are totally cool in my book. And you know, if you want to help us out, that'd be even freaking better.
He says, I am looking for something. He says, I must admit that it's something I require, I desire greatly.
Before you continue, the T-Rex guy, this is out of character, the T-Rex guy gave us the name of Inkamel, his original name, right? Can you give that to us again? Because I can't remember it.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Okay.
He says, there is something that I am looking for, and these friendly elves here have agreed to aid me in my search. I admit that. And I've come to this place specifically because I had word from an acquaintance of mine that you, Lot, would be here. So I came.
Who's lots?
Why, you.
Why didn't you say that in the beginning, you dumb snapper?
Well, because there were many ears.
Snapper?
Deimos doesn't want to swear. He's
And
a
who
good
is this?
person.
Here
Who is-
first.
Who is this friend that told you we were here?
He says, oh, a mutual friend, I would say. He
Just give us the name. Stop going around the bush. You've lied too much. More lies ain't gonna help you.
a name. Very well. Enough with the pretenses.
You keep saying that, but you still do with the pretenses. Go
My
on.
name is Invaro. Invaro Intrasil. I believe you know who I am.
Aww. Aww.
Right?
Aww.
Why did I leave?
Oh no.
He says, I am looking for something. And I require you to give it to me.
I'm
Yeah.
not giving you nothing.
How about this? I know what
Why
you
don't we add
need, and I know
first-
what you want. We'll go get that big boob bastard lady from Mistrala, and you can have her.
would you want her?
I don't know.
Big boob bastard lady
Okay.
from Australia. Who were you talking about?
That succubus lady.
The
Oh,
succubus.
Malcolm, no, she's in Rapnest. She's at the. Australia is where the wizard.
Yeah.
The,
Deimos does remember those saying though, if this guy could potentially get saved and not be a bad guy, he would totally be trying to help.
He says, I don't know what your definitions of good or bad are, and frankly, I care little about that.
Well, you are one of the 4 horsemen of the demons that are trying to destroy all the gods in the world, and
I remember
turn
the
it into
first
a
time
hell,
you killed me.
And you've killed us. That's not too.
He says, that was a situation
It was my bad.
I was compelled to participate in.
I'm gonna insight check that.
okay.
Yeah, I believe him.
He says, you see, I
Not even gonna roll.
am not lying when I say that I need something. And I have
what
been
is it?
led to believe that you have it. So,
Who?
give it to me,
What is it?
and
What?
we will be on our way. The catalyst. Give it
What?
to me.
What is a catalyst?
Oh, catalyst. Could you slightly describe it as I open up my bag?
Just, could it be?
He looks at the other elves. He says,
Could it be you don't even know what it is?
No. Trust me, dude. I know what it is. I got a lot of catalysts in here. You know,
We
you
collect
walk
a lot of
around
shit.
town all the time. You just get catalysts. But I say, hey, dude, do you have anything against the other 2 horsemen guys?
He says, they are not my affair.
Well, I mean, would you happen to say, hey, I'll be this neutral chaotic dude, but I'm gonna totally get rid of those actually really bad guys, like, because we're a-okay to help you if you totally help
He
us.
says, I seek the perfection of my kind. I seek
Fine.
power that comes only from the changing of one's form. He says, I seek
Okay.
that purity, and I have come close, but it is incomplete. I need the catalyst.
Yeah, just tell me which catalyst you're looking for. Like, what does it look like? I got a lot of shit in here.
He says,
I mean, sorry, a lot of snappers in here.
these games you play.
I'm not playing a game. Look at all this shit.
Technically, we are.
Says, if you do not know,
he looks around and he says,
then perhaps it is better that you still do not know. I was mistaken in my approach here.
Okay, so destroy any catalyst we come against.
Now,
I
I
mean,
think I know what it is.
I have this bottle of ooze. Is that what you want?
How about you give me what you have? I will remove the catalyst, and I will leave this place and these people alone.
How about you tell us what the catalyst is?
If I tell you, how do I know you will not simply destroy it?
Okay, first off, sir, let me tell you this right now. All right. If we wanted to destroy it, all right. Let's say if we wanted to destroy it, can you tell us where it is? We'd easily smash us way before that happened. All right, now. So you might as well just tell us what it is. We're gonna find through this a lot faster. Come on now, dude. You know you totally crush us.
He says, I don't know what it looks like, but I know its essence. I know its aura and its scent. And you,
he looks straight at you, Feldorn.
have it. Now give it to me, please.
He swallowed it.
Oh, I know what it is.
Feldorn just kind of stares at him and says, what's in it for me?
says, "You don't know the pain," and he clutches his arm, "that I live in every day. You don't know the depth of loneliness that one such as I has to abide." He says, "I need the catalyst. Give it to me, or
That's
I
not the
will,
right catalyst, dude.
or I will tear this nation apart. I will slay and drench myself in the blood of every creature here."
Damage starts doing a Power Ranger dance.
No, that just kind of sounds evil there. And you want me to give you this thing?
Hide it.
What is it?
Hide that flower. Damos thinks it's the flower. Hide the flower.
Oh, is it the Black Lotus? Or was it? I think it was. I'm so confused.
He's. Are you? What are you doing? Are you holding it up, or what are you doing?
I'm not
We-
holding it. I'm not holding anything. I'm just kind of telling him you want me to give you this after you're like being
Modron
evil.
Castle.
I'm not giving you nothing.
He says,
Robo
Please.
Modron.
"I don't know any other way to ask."
and he begins shaking. His body's shaking. You see the elves coming around him, and they're holding his body. You know, just trying to support him from falling over.
He says, "Please," he says, "I will leave you and this nation alone. Just give me what I need."
And why do you need it? What is it going to do for you?
He says, "It will complete me."
Dude,
But
we're
the
gonna totally
total
give it to
trust.
you. Because you'd be a totally big, badass boss, and we totally want to be on your side. But if we give it to you, could you, like, because you're a big, badass boss, and you like doing big-ass boss things, could you help us totally take out the other two horsemen, dude?
He says, "I will do what needs to be done." And then
What do you
roll,
mean by
roll
that?
an insight check.
Who do you want to roll the insight check?
Whoever wants to. Whoever's there.
What is?
He says,
And even though I do not wish it, if the Red God compels me, I will do what he commands.
Dude, no you don't. All you gotta do is, quote-unquote, follow another god, aka Tempest. And you'll be way in the clear, and even stronger and more powerful.
You don't know my pain. You don't know the depths of what I have seen. He says, I have grown
Yeah, but we know it's all your fault, so you did it to yourself.
tired of this conversation.
Ah, fine.
Your choice is before you. I will kill every dwarf, man, woman, child in this nation to get what I need.
what are you gonna
Okay,
do?
so OOC conversation here.
What are you gonna do?
Basically, all of his L's are Leapers.
That's what we're guessing.
So we have basically an army outside, and the doors are going to be zero help. So what do we do?
Well, do we want to give this guy his thing and skate out of here?
Well, I don't know what a Tarrasque is. You guys know what that is. But
It's a
it's going to be
Fuck
a
you, Saurus Rex. I mean, out of
well, it's going to
character.
be a better one that's even more powerful because it's made by Midas. Because he doesn't follow any rules.
Well, no. You understand? A Midas Tarrasque is not a real Tarrasque. It's like a double god.
Okay,
Like,
well that's what we're gonna turn him into.
either
Yeah.
Or we
way,
can fight him now.
either way, a group
Which
of
we've been
level.
told we cannot fight him now.
Either way, a group of level 20, even level 20s, could not beat a Tarrasque on their own. Whether it's Midas's Tarrasque or not, we cannot beat a Tarrasque.
So
Is
I
it
think
from another dimension?
we might
No.
only have one choice.
It is an undead that is resistant to everything, including magic.
It's Godzilla.
It's basically Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
It's the world breaker.
So you can't even banish it. That's nice.
Nope, because it lives on this plane of existence.
Yep. Every plane of existence has a Tarrasque. Every freaking world has a Tarrasque, and they go fuck you up. I mean, this is just me thinking.
All right,
we
so,
we might have to actually give it whatever he wants.
Back in character. I look him in the eyes and I tell him, look, if I give you the catalyst, is it going to help you break free of Asshole's command? Or his compulsion?
Roll insight.
Well, he didn't answer.
He says, yes.
I believe it. Deimos?
Yeah. I mean, let me check. Let me double check this. Let me look at him in the eyes. Yeah, he seems like a pretty trustworthy guy. I mean, it's a whole lot better than getting eaten.
I say we run. Fuck the dwarves. Since our local dwarf has
No.
left.
Screw that. I tell him, hey, how about this? We're gonna give you that catalyst. I mean, if Feldorn's okay with it, and if we do give it to you, if there's any other way we can help you to break away from this, like the Red God, son of a bitch,
This is a bad
let us
idea.
know. Is there any way we can contact you?
He laughs. He says, if only it were so simple.
Come on, bro.
He says,
Now you promise that you're not gonna kill everybody as soon as you get this thing, right?
Yeah, he's Godzilla. He's gonna kill everyone. It's just the way it is.
You have my word.
I'd look at him and
Will do nothing. I will leave this place.
What
Like-
about all of your followers? Will they leave too? Without killing people?
he looks up at the other three around him, and he smiles. He says,
They will feed.
Oh, that son of a whore.
wait,
I'm not giving him shit.
That's
Fuck
fuck
him.
this guy.
Fuck
Wait.
him.
You know what? You know what?
Fuck him.
Wait.
Wait
Destroy,
a
destroy that
second
thing.
now.
I don't care if he kills us. You know, fuck it. We'll run through the underworld.
Let's call him
You
this
know, get
castle
back.
thing. Let's call him this castle.
Feldorn looks him dead in the eyes and says, so hang on. You're gonna leave, but they're gonna kill everybody?
you're asking him that?
Yeah.
He says,
Give me the catalyst.
Feldorn, eat that
reaches
gosh
into-
damn
They-
flower.
all right,
That's
you're rolling
exactly
initiative.
what he
Rolling
does.
initiative.
Eat
Roll
that
initiative.
flower.
We're going.
Fuck it. Eat it.
All right, let's do this.
Midas sounds so into this.
What?
Because we're all fucked.
Can I be
Yay,
here for this? I
seven.
want to be here for this.
That's what you get for going to visit your goddamn girlfriend like a punk.
Is that where you are,
I
Killjoy?
thought I would have. Yeah,
No,
I'm
he's
still
back
in
by now.
Ospium
We had
slash
3 days.
Haslin.
No.
No,
you,
I left. I left the minute these guys came into town.
No. You left a couple
yeah,
days ago. You
we
would have
had
been
a-
here for this. You would have been here.
No, I left the minute these guys came into town because I didn't know they were coming a couple days ago.
Let's see. I didn't mean for the timeline
Shut
to
up,
work
you
like that.
dwarf.
I meant for you to go back to Ospium and then come back before this happened.
You're here because
Okay,
we
but,
need you
but
and
the
we need
whole reason I
Ellen.
went was to see if
Shut
these
up.
guys were demonic.
Stop
so I'm just
arguing.
saying, time
They're
waits.
they're not.
I'll
They're
be
not.
here.
They have no fel or fey or fiend to them.
But if I would have done it around Inkmel, I would have sensed him because he's demon, right?
No, he's
or,
not. He's not.
Oh,
That's
I
what
thought
He's
his
a
horsemen were
Tarrasque.
demon.
He is not a demon of any kind.
That is interesting. Okay,
Oh, sorry about that.
but I'm here for this.
Yes, you're here. Okay.
We get Ellen, don't we?
Put Elwin in the. Elwin's not here, man. He's hanging out with his girlfriend.
Man,
Play
look,
Elwin.
look, we're fighting a Tarrasque. We need
We're all gonna die
everybody.
anyways.
All right, all
We're
right,
gonna die anyways. Give us fucking Ellen.
all right. Here we go. All right, let me. Here's his inventory. I gotta refresh all his spell slots and shit.
And a shock, or are we wishing too much here?
A shock too. Oh, you guys are so greedy.
I'll play a shock, but
And we're gonna have the Nation of Dwarves. We need every single one of them. You know, an initiative roll for each one of them,
All right.
and all the Sigmas,
Okay.
even the butlers.
So-
we need the butlers' initiative rolls.
So
Is it alright if I share something with the stats of a Tarrasque? Because I know you're not going to use the exact stats anyways.
It's probably
I'm pretty sure
really
a pretty
different.
good kill a real Tarrasque. I mean, average Tarrasque, not a Midas Tarrasque.
No, we could kill, as OP as we are, we could kill a real Tarrasque.
Oh yeah.
for sure. But with fun.
A Midas Tarrasque? Nope.
Whew. I was like, I better get like a nice bonus. That's how you kill a Midas Tarrasque. You gotta give him a bunch of money.
That's what we're
It
fighting.
will work. Trust me, guys. Pay homage to the Almighty
fit in this
God.
room, by the way.
That is the that's like the monster manual Tarrasque.
Yes, that is Monster Manual Tarrasque. That is not Midas Tarrasque.
Okay.
30 strength.
that doesn't look too bad, honestly. Real one.
It has Legendary Resistance, Magic Resistance, Reflective Carpus. It can reflect our spells back at us. It's a s-
Basically, it might have like little health, but you're only doing like 1 damage to it each hit. Even
Oh.
with a crit.
Not to mention, it can Frightful Presence and Swallow you with a DC 30 Constitution saving throw, which, unless you roll a nat 20 with plus 10 to Constitution, you're not making it.
I honestly
Got
think
this,
we
guys.
should just run.
We got
We
this.
should just run.
I'm down.
Let's
I'm
crush
so
this son of a
down.
bitch.
I'm
We have
so down.
no chance.
Oh,
If
I'm
we
not-
run. We could teleport out. I think we should do that.
Hey Midas, can we have
Mm-mm.
Sigma 1 and Sigma 2, or at least Sigma 2?
Sigma 2's outside. He's at
Yeah.
the door.
Can I yell?
If
Yeah,
worse comes to
you can
worse,
do whatever you want.
Sigma 2, he has a magic axe right now.
Remember, this is not just against one Were Tarrasque. This is against 1,000 Leapers that are outside the door. And the
No,
elves.
we're worried about the one where Tarrasque right now.
No, there's a Were Tarrasque and 3 Leapers in this room with us. Plus, there's 1,000 Leapers outside. We have
Let's do
no
this.
chance. There is 0 chance.
Let's
Stop hanging
do
Teddy
this.
Downer.
Why else do you think your god
I am not
left?
leaving my people.
He knew. He knew this was coming, and he was like, I gotta go do this temple thing. It's just...
Holy shit, this
Across
thing
the
makes
nation?
5 attacks.
Let's do this. We're
I'm
gonna
not leaving
crush
my
'em.
people, Euphemia. I will
Well, we're gonna get a new
transport
dwarf.
back
It's
here.
fine. We can get a new dwarf. He's gone.
Alright, I'm rolling
Deimos.
amongst...
Even
Deimos wants to
Oh, I'm
go
rolling a
Super
barbarian.
Saiyan.
Okay. All right. So on the
we'll
map,
start at level 1.
you guys are kind of sitting around a table. Let's see. Okay. So Feldorn, you kind of react first. As you reach into your bag, you see Lark, Jonquisa, and Henneval begin to shift.
The Leapers were a lot bigger than that.
That's about what they were.
charge. Okay. Inkamel's like,
Why
"Oh,
is
shit,
Screech there?
What?
Isn't that Screech? Saved by the Bell?
That's Inkamel. Okay. Feldorn, you rolled highest on initiative. What are you doing?
I pull the lotus out of the bag and I eat the shit.
You're eating it?
Yes, I literally eat it.
You're gonna eat it.
Ah, please don't die. We don't actually
Like-
know if that's
like-
what it is.
Fuck that
It's
shit.
poison.
I don't care, man.
Were
He's
we
gonna-
confirmed it was the lotus, or are we
Educated
guessing?
guess. Educated guess.
Like how high educated?
That's
like
the
Deimos
only-
intelligence or my intelligence?
Okay. Okay.
I think it
12
was Deimos
intelligence.
intelligence.
So you pick it up and you shove it into your mouth, right? And you start chewing on it. Anything else?
Does he do anything
is that
when he
my
sees
action?
this?
Yeah, the Inkamel like gets up to his feet and he glares at you. He says, "That is mine." And the
What
two
was it?
leapers,
12 intelligence.
the two leapers around him, or the three leapers around him just shift and they start leaning forward.
Was that my action?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a
as
bonus
my,
action.
As my bonus action. Shit. I don't know what to do as my bonus action.
Cry.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can you dance your sword or
Well, my sword was
do
already
some
flying.
buff spell? Or
Deimos, your
like
turn.
something. Drink a potion.
Alright, as I see these things look quite hostile, Deimos is going to start going Super Saiyan.
Okay. Don't use a
Wait,
picture.
I do have a bonus action.
I didn't say the picture yet. Sorry, what'd you say?
I do have a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to activate Branding Smite.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, Deimos starts going Super Saiyan. And I am going to yell and run in the middle. And
All right. There's a table separating you. So
oh, okay, that's a table.
yeah, the table
Or couch. Break the table.
like right here.
Alright, and then I'm gonna go over here. And oh wait, so this is my action to cast it. You don't get the haste action when you cast the haste thing, right?
Yes, you do.
You do.
I do, okay.
There's a door like here.
Alright,
Where?
that's my
Move
action.
this guy back slightly.
I'm gonna try to
Oh.
start shoving this dude. And like just grapple him. Like as my whole action, I'm just
Open
trying to
the
like
door.
run into him. And just
the
like
door
try to
and
throw him to
scream.
the ground. And push him
Okay.
away from the door, pretty much.
All right. So go ahead and target him and roll the. That's John Quisa. That's the long-haired elf. Sense of her. She is caught by surprise. She's glaring at Feldorn and isn't really watching as you come hurtling towards her and just like kind of like spear her in a full-on tackle and just shove her backwards.
Alright, sweet. And then that's pretty much it. With that shove back and try to grapple type of thing to pin her back.
Okay.
Then that's gonna be my turn. I gotta actually add this. I have my punch snakes in anymore.
Okay. On his turn, Inkamel is going to shakily stand up, but then he leans forward and jumps across to the top of the table, Feldorn. And he's going to. He reaches out and grabs you around the neck. It's a grapple check.
Oh, there ain't no way I can beat that.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Just try.
And
If you
then
get a 20.
20.
Actually, well, wait, yeah, I can do acrobatics, can't I?
Oh, so close.
Dude, not even a nat 20, I would have beat that.
oh,
So
so
that
Nat 20
20
would've.
beats any, no matter what.
Yeah.
the plus
Not
is.
on skill checks,
So
but
close.
Yeah, on skill checks.
Nope, not
Yeah, it
on
does.
skill checks.
what's that
No.
red square?
I kind of run it as that. Well then he, as that happens, with his arm around your neck, he begins to grow,
Nope.
change shape,
Come on, you can't get that, bro.
Nope.
and as he does, his form begins to shift and turn and rip, and the building begins to get. You all get shoved out as he grows and grows and grows. and the building basically explodes out from around you as you all get tossed out to the courtyard around. He's still holding you, Feldorn, in his one hand, and you hear his voice bellowing through in your face. He says, "Give it to me."
I swallow.
Okay. That was pretty much his action. Okay, so let's move some stuff around here. You guys get all blasted out backwards.
Would I still be on this one Tarrasque since I was like old Nandor?
Yeah. All right, let's put you. All right, so I'm just getting the tokens out of the way. So you guys get knocked off to the side as the building just kind of explodes out around him. You're still holding on to Jonquisa. The rest of you guys are tossed out everywhere. Feldorn, you are in his hand. Okay, that'll be his turn. Even though he gets 5 attacks, technically it will.
Well, isn't it an action to morph?
Yeah. And Feldorn, you're grappled. Obviously.
Yep.
Okay, guys. So the real question is: are we focusing on the Tarrasque or focusing on the leapers?
You mean the 1,000 leapers?
Focusing
That
on the
were right in the
Tarrasque.
Oh,
middle?
the building explodes all around. You guys see dwarves all around the place. Sigma 2 stand up, and he says, "What the bloody fuck?" Right? And there's screams
They're
everywhere.
all leapers!
All right, and across the courtyard, like 20 yards away, you hear this unearthly howl and this snarling and screeching as 1,000 elves begin to lean over, and clothes get torn off their backs as they begin to increase in size, as red spikes and fangs and claws begin to emerge.
Who has the thing for our super cool tower robot?
You do, you idiot.
You.
I do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was your idea.
Oh, I didn't know I had that stupid thing. I thought we gave it to someone intelligent.
Man, Feldorn flat out just
It
screamed.
was your stupid
"Run."
idea. This is what
What's
I
it
said
called?
like 5 minutes ago.
Okay, it's my turn. I'm going to walk up to him. I'm going to whisper a vow of enmity, and I'm
Okay.
going to attack this, or I'm going to cast branding. Wait, hold on a second. I'm going to go look at that data sheet.
You're gonna go look at his sheet. That's not what his sheet looks like now.
I know it's not, but I can.
Well, it's not completely what it looks like.
Yeah. Okay, I will still do branding spike. Yeah. So bonus action. Anyways, vow of enmity, and I'm going to attack the son of a bitch.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll be expending 3 charges of my Staff of Striking.
Okay.
He's way bigger than last time we fought him.
Are you targeting
Yeah,
him? You
wasn't
got
he
target
just a
him.
Target him.
werewolf?
That hits.
Wasn't he just like a werewolf when we fought him the first time?
Well, he was like a leaper the first time we
The
fought
first time
him.
you saw him, he was the size of a leaper. He's more like this now.
I could swear he had fur.
I actually used the token of a leaper the first time you guys fought him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It was a long
There
time
should be
ago.
-1 damage from that because I used the wrong weapon damage
Okay.
dice. My bad.
I think you only did 1 point of damage anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Anything else?
So it should be 17 points of damage.
Yeah.
That I did. And no, that's it.
Okay. You smash your hammer or your staff into him, into like his toe.
Pretty much.
Okay. Anything else?
Or his Achilles. Can I hit his Achilles?
Sure. You'd have to move a little.
Do they have one?
Yeah, the general area of his Achilles.
Okay. So
That's my turn.
this thing is 60 foot tall, right? I mean, but you can definitely tell that he's part man. His hands and are not fully claws. This is for sure his hybrid form.
Okay. Actually, I take that back. I know what I'm going to do. So I moved 10 feet to get to him. I'm going to spend the rest of my movement starting to climb up his leg.
All right. So you're like over here. You're gonna start trying to climb. Okay. Roll me athletics.
Question.
Yeah.
Does he Does he have a glowing seal on top of his head that we can shove our swords into and he can die?
You want to go up there and look?
No.
You said athletics?
Yes. You get up like 5 feet.
Okay, that's fine by me.
Okay.
My turn is over.
At the end of your turn, since Tarrasques have legendary actions,
Oh, I hope they do.
They'll die.
Feldorn.
Holy shit! Plus 19 to hit.
He swallows you.
Hey, he got his
He opens his maw and he just shoves you into his mouth and just swallows you.
Yep. Well,
Alright, so you are... You see the gunk and the nastiness as you are grappled and restrained, and you're beginning to slide down the gullet of where Tarrasque. Alright?
So question.
Yes.
If he ate the catalyst and then he was eaten by the person that wanted to eat the catalyst, does that mean he just got eaten by the catalyst?
Well, I mean, you'll have to see what happens, but...
he has to digest me first.
It's M. Night Shyamalan. It's all a dream.
It'd be safe to assume that, I mean...
I really hope we get Super Feldorn. I really hope this happens.
Okay, the leaper that you were holding, Deimos, is going to start clawing at you. It's a miss. Second attack. Miss. Horns. Oh, holy cow, last attack. Jeez. I can't roll above a 5. Alright.
I'll take it.
Euphemia, your turn.
Who's the closest to me?
Person. You see Kildrak is climbing up his leg. Elwyn is, 15, 20, or 20 feet from you.
I am going to fucking... Okay, I don't know. I'll give fucking bonus inspiration to fucking... Deimos, and then I'm gonna Dimension Door 500 feet straight up.
Okay. Okay. So Deimos is
How tall
inspired.
is he?
60 foot.
Okay.
Hope you guys have a plan here because
Well, I'm leaving. They're gonna die.
so you
I
dimension
think
your
that's
shape
the
into the air.
plan.
Okay. You're 500 feet up in the air.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okay.
Though Feldorn might be something if they're weaker on the inside.
Lark is going to literally leap, as these guys are inclined to do. Slams down here, and is going to go after Elwyn.
Poor buddy.
Elwyn cannot do anything about that. He clamps his big jaw into him and is holding Elwyn down as he's grappled and restrained. He begins to slash at him with his claws. And he tail attacks you, Kildrak.
Oh, shit.
You take that?
I'll shield that.
Okay.
Yeah, spend one of my shield expenses.
Okay.
Because, that totally helps me.
Hennevel is going to leap over here to Ashok. Ashok is grappled restrained, and she begins to lay into him. 2 claw attacks. And And a tail attack.
Shit.
Oops, that one missed. That one I'll
You
take.
know, a dwarven cleric of, his god might ask his god for help because, he's about to die. Hint, hint, suggestion, suggestion.
It doesn't take me an action to pray. I'm basically praying this whole time.
Okay, Ashok and Elwyn are gonna do stuff. Elwyn's gonna blast at it. He's gonna... Oh, Ashok is gonna fight it. Elwyn is going to try to teleport away, I think. Or he's gonna shout out to you guys, what's the plan? He's gonna hold his action to cast teleportation.
Hey guys,
Teleport away!
we should probably teleport away.
I will not abandon my people.
Your people are fucked! They did stupid things.
Feldorn, you're
They
up.
let the zombies into their own home. What do you expect?
Feldorn,
dead
as
folk.
he's sliding down this thing's gullet, dimension doors 500 feet into the air.
Okay.
Everyone's gonna be in here.
Alright, you are 500 feet up into the air.
So
can
all our
only get
plan
30
was
feet
to
high.
teleport away, right?
Unfortunately, since everyone's all spread out, teleport won't work. You have to
We
all
can
be
run.
next to Elwyn.
We can run.
His bonus action to hit you when you go out of contact is probably gonna kill you.
No.
Oh, I.
Deimos will be fine.
I'm
Maybe.
gone.
Let me see.
By the way, Elwyn comes back and he finds out his character's dead.
We're all pretty much dead.
Oh, I'm okay. I can fly away. I'm gonna fly.
Okay, anything else, Feldorn?
Plus Feldorn probably could
Nope.
live too.
Actually, does the do I feel like any effects from just eating and swallowing the lotus?
Right now, no.
Okay.
So you guys are up in the air. So I'm gonna
Yep.
put you guys up in the corner there. Okay. Deimos?
I'm gonna wave at Feldorn. Or
Alright, Deimos is going to, seeing what the shit's going on, knowing that he likes to fight stuff,
Pray
and he
to
thinks he's a
Tempest.
pretty tough guy. It's not the greatest idea, so he's
Divine
gonna go.
intervention.
Each of these spaces is
Divine
what,
intervention.
5 feet, right?
Yep.
So I just count real fast.
This would be a great time for divine intervention.
like make the Tarrasque go away and his army.
I can't run away from through under a Tarrasque, can I?
Under
Yeah.
the Tarrasque?
Yeah, I
Um,
can't like try to run through them, can I?
Yeah,
I
you
go
can.
all the way around.
Yeah, you can get through. It wouldn't even be
Just
difficult
don't
terrain
leave his
necessarily.
just don't leave his threatened square, and you'll be fine.
It's easy.
Yeah, that red area. You can't leave that without getting hit by it.
Right there, double movement. Thank you, haste.
Okay.
I'll definitely take those free hits though.
Yeah, the Leaper is gonna attack you. Trunquisa is gonna attack.
Stay next to the red of Inkmel, though.
Misses.
That's still within Ellen's ability to teleport.
And shit. A-Shock. We need A-Shock. Oh, life is hard right now. Wait, Leapers have crazy good magic defense, don't they?
In your experience, they're pretty good. They have legendary actions and shit, or legendary resistance.
Oh shit, they do. Okay, fuck me. Deimos reaches into his pockets and cries. And he throws some dice. No, they didn't work. Sorry, guys. Deimos tried.
Here's what you tell Elwyn to grab you and run towards A-Shock, and Elwyn will have enough movement if he carries you to get to A-Shock, and then he can teleport.
You know how many things were wrong with that statement? Elwyn, string checks, pulling things.
He has 2 teleport spells he can cast. That's what I meant.
Okay.
No, you
just
guys
worried
need to
about
go
A-Shock.
in the next turn. We're dead.
Like, Elwyn could teleport right now.
Elwyn's at less than half from one attack from the Tarrasque.
No, it was multiple attacks from the leaper.
That was the other thing.
Well, the Leaper. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Point is,
Anyways,
can't take any more attacks.
Deimos is definitely taunting the Sleeper.
Okay. Okay, so what are you doing?
Oh, Deimos,
He's
like
calling
as
it
he,
names.
like I meant, like pretty much as he got up to Elwyn, I technically have the movement. I just didn't know if I could fit right in between here
Okay.
because it's a thing. He was going to totally be taunting the sleeper, and the Tarrasque as much as Deimos isn't the smartest thing ever, saying, "Hey, you bastards, come after me, because you sons of bitches and you're ugly."
Alright, you're talking
and
to the one next to Ashok?
oh, I'm just yelling to all of them. Mainly, I just don't want everyone else to get hit.
Roll a intimidation check.
All right.
What is your intimidation? You've never done that.
But
Oh shit. All right.
yeah.
-2?
Yeah, I'm really bad at intimidation.
Okay. Most of the leapers don't pay attention, but the one next to Ashok is Hennevel. That's the one that was the short-haired elf. She looks at you, and her eyes are just locked onto you, and she turns, and on her turn, she's gonna charge at you. Because you're the pig that was like totally screwing with her earlier.
Yeah, screw her.
All right. On his turn. Oh, jeez. What is he gonna do? It's Inkamel's turn. First of all you guys. Oops, come on. Alright, you all make a wisdom saving throw to be frightened. So everyone except Deimos is frightened by his frightful presence.
Which just means they can't move towards him, and they have like disadvantage, right?
Yeah, while they're within his while he is within their line of sight, which is pretty much all the time.
You're gonna die, but you're a dwarf, so it doesn't matter.
All right, here they come. 5 attacks. Wait, why is he disadvantage? Oh, he's restrained. How is he restrained?
I don't have him restrained. I'm climbing him, unless you count that as.
Yeah, I think
If we-
Deimos actually restrained him. Don't worry about it.
Sure. All right, here's
Kildrak.
attack at Kildrak.
Yes.
The point is that if we gave him the lotus, all the elves were gonna eat your people.
Yeah, I know. I'm totally fine with not giving him the lotus. I'm just curious if dying / fleeing was the plan at the point we realized he was going to kill all the dwarves.
No, we
Oh,
just
attack
we're just like
Aisha.
in the whole mode of like fuck him, you know.
Okay, good.
Wouldn't give a fuck.
I'm down with that mode. I was just making sure.
Yeah, he was gonna kill. He's gonna try to kill us anyway. So fuck it.
All right, so he just starts
I commend you,
tearing
Feldorn, for eating the lotus.
into you guys. Tail attack against Elwyn.
Poor elf.
All right, and one more attack.
Come on.
It's Deimos. And I
I'm
guess
so tasty.
at this range he would have disadvantage because of your.
Cloak, whatever it is.
All right, he misses you.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Kildrak, you guys better pay attention. You better go quick. Elwyn and Ashok are almost dead.
Get the fuck down
yes.
here. We gotta teleport
Elwyn-
away.
Wasn't Ellen holding his action until he got orders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
He's got the
quick
teleport.
question. How much does Ashok weigh? Dude, what's my estimate?
Oh, 175 pounds.
Okay, is that enough? If I were to be able to get right next to him, would I be able to throw him the distance to land right next to Ellen?
You still can try. It would require an athletics check. If you just shout out at
Okay.
Ashok, he can dash over on his turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that risks
I mean,
attacks of opportunity. I want to try to get, because I want to shout at Elwyn. Well, okay, so how many slots does Elwyn have for teleportation spells? Can he like dimension door over to Ashok and then teleport out?
No, it's an action. So, teleportation is an action spell. So
Can he quicken?
he could on his turn, but he's doing held action right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly,
Okay,
I think you
where
should
was
just
he in
teleport
the-
now. You should just teleport now.
Where
You
was
should
he
be
in
out there.
the lineup? Children. Okay.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, real quick.
You should just teleport now. Get the three of you out there. Me and Feldorn are fine. I'm sorry to say it, but A-Shock might be fucked. But he doesn't play.
We don't
so-
leave people.
Yeah,
But,
Oh, you're
uh,
leaving me. I am not leaving my people.
But to be
well then you're
honest,
fucked.
we,
I'll be
on,
the fucked one.
we only have a choice. We either let Elwin and A-Shock die, or
We all die.
Elwin can get away.
I yell. Okay.
Well, Elvin can get Deimos out.
Yes.
At least.
And
Well, you can get both
I
of you
am
out.
trying to consider all the possibilities and see if I can save A-Shock. So just give me a second here to think.
Yeah, but I don't think A-Shock's gonna play. He's gonna play like once every 3 or 4 months.
Still not a reason to let his character die.
Yeah.
He was eaten by a Tarrasque. I think that's a good excuse.
Nope.
I mean, it is a good excuse, but if we have the option, I want to try it. So I'm just thinking. Okay, here's what I'm going to
Well,
do.
here's another thing. Here's another point. Would you rather tell that A-Shock died, or would you rather tell like A-Shock and Elwin that both of them died when they
No,
weren't
okay,
here?
listen, I have a plan here real quick. So it'll be my bonus action to Misty Step over to A-Shock, then my movement action to get him 25 feet, and then my dash action to get him the rest of the way down.
Yeah. You can take a hit, can't you?
I can take a hit, a single hit from the leaper.
You're gonna take one from the Tarrasque too.
Nope, Misty
Nuh-uh,
Step one.
nope.
Misty Step one to incur attack of opportunity.
Then
Do
you
it.
Take. Well, why would you take one then? At all?
Because I'm leaving the Hindvilles when I'm dashing A-Shock over to Elwin.
If you Misty Step on the other side of Elwin, or not?
No,
Elwin,
I'm
but,
Misty Stepping
No.
to
A-Shock.
A-Shock, then literally picking up A-Shock and running him all the way to Elwin.
Yeah. So, from what I understand, you wouldn't get any attack.
No,
Oh, no,
I
okay.
would be leaving him the Leapers area.
I thought you said Misty Step doesn't do that.
Okay.
Okay. So I Misty Step here.
All right, this turn's
I
taking
leave.
too long.
I leave
Why don't
Mouse,
you here?
or I could do that.
Then.
well,
A-Shock.
then A-Shock would be taking the attack.
No,
So
he
if I-
doesn't. Anyone that gets pushed out of attack range by
Pulled
some
out. Yeah,
other
that's
force
true.
doesn't get attacked.
And this is also a homebrew where it's not necessarily technic rules.
Okay, so anyways, I Misty Step to where Euphemia has me now. I grab A-Shock and I use my movement
And
and
I
my
think it's
dash
like
to get
10
A-Shock
foot
to
circle.
Elwin.
On the teleport. So as long as you're in a 10 foot near him, he can teleport you out.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's my my turn.
Okay.
And tell Elwin to fucking teleport you out.
Yeah, but no, I'm not leaving. Like straight up, Kildrak is not leaving.
Okay. Someone tell Elwin to make the dwarf teleport the dwarf out.
I yell
Because
at Elwin to
Don't
get.
fucking care what he says.
Okay, Euphemia, let me talk. This is my turn. I yell at Elwin to get
I tell
A-Shock.
Elwin to get the
Deimos,
dwarf
and
out there,
himself
no matter
out.
what he says.
Euphemia, may I talk? It is my turn, please.
No.
Okay, so I yell at Elwin to. I do that, my spell and my run. I yell at Elwin to get A-Shock, Deimos, and himself out, and then I back out of the area of Elwin's spell because I still have enough movement left to do that.
Yeah. Can I say something?
So hold on.
Would Elwin leave or let Keldrak stay?
It's kind of a moot
Or would he
point
teleport him
because
out with everyone else?
He bonus actions to get here. It takes his action to grab A-Shock, and he runs this way to carry him. That's as far as you get.
Wait, it takes my action to grab him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a grapple.
Okay.
Groaning.
But Elwin
anyways.
would.
Arriving
Uh-uh.
Wouldn't Elwin go
behind
now?
you.
Wouldn't Elwin go now? Because he held his action?
Yeah, I still yell at Elwin to. I give him an order to get him, specifically him, A-Shock, and Deimos out of here and leave me.
But Elwin wouldn't do that. Guess that's something in his RP.
Okay. It's Elwin is still holding his action. He's not because
What?
Ashok and Kildrak are not
He has
within range
movement
yet.
technically.
It's in 10-foot circle though. I thought for teleport.
If I'm 15 foot away.
Yeah,
Um,
they're not within range.
But doesn't he get movement with
No, he
held
does.
action? Oh.
It's only the
You only
action.
hold
He's
8
basically
actions.
holding there, concentrating on to keep the spell from going off. The spell has been cast already, and he's just concentrating to keep it from releasing.
Okay.
Actually, oh shit. Oh, he's been taking damage.
Well, it's not he's preps the spell's movements and stuff like that. So he's not concentrating on the spell itself. He's concentrating on the ability to cast it, and then when it's his turn, he actually casts it.
That's right. So he
No matter how many times you hit him, he still can concentrate on the hand movements and the words. He still knows that. He'll never forget that.
I think the way it works is that if he's holding a spell, he's concentrating on it. If he loses concentration, he loses the spell.
I could see it being both ways, but it wouldn't make sense, like, thematically.
I don't think it's that way in the book, but it's up to you.
No, in the book, basically, you prep the spell to go off when your held action happens.
Is it?
Yeah.
Held action. Let me double check, because this would be interesting if it is. Oh shoot, where is it? Alright, well I can't find it, so we're just gonna leave it. He's still concentrating on it. He will release it when he thinks it's the appropriate time to release the spell. To cast teleportation. Yeah, John Quisa jumps in, and she starts tearing into both the Ashok and Kildrak.
Luckily, you don't have to be alive to be teleported.
Kildrak, you are grappled and restrained. Claw attack coming your way. Claw attack coming at Ashok. Crits him.
Oh no.
Ashok is unconscious.
Son of a bitch.
Alright. Kildrak to you.
Don't worry.
Last attack. You're unconscious as well. Euphemia, your turn.
By good chance, no, I'm gonna break that. Yeah, I'm gonna cast fly, or I'm gonna sprout my wings,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna head higher. There's nothing really I can do.
Okay. Are you taking Feldorn with you? Or Feldorn, are you near her? No, you guys are actually separated by
Technically,
about
he'd be
50 feet.
he'd be higher than me.
Yeah, it would technically be higher than her because she falls 60 feet at the start of her turn.
Yeah, okay. So you sprout your wings and start flying. Where do you fly?
Yeah, I guess I'll go towards Feldorn, but he can fly himself. Can't you?
Yeah, I can cast fly.
Okay.
I'm gonna start praying to Alistair though, see if I can get an answer. Maybe
Come
the
on,
gods
Lark.
can help us with this.
Bet he can't hit me with all of his attacks.
Alright, here we go. It's a 31.
I will actually break. I'll stop it.
Okay. Burn your thing. Oh, this is disadvantage. Oh, that misses anyway. So that's attack number 2. Attack number 3. Misses. Attack number 4. Natural 1. Shit. Alright, that's all he's got.
I need Deimos' luck.
It's the
Deimos is
disadvantages in
crying so
this.
bad right now.
All right, so this is Henneval. Now you're the one who's been taunting, and she was the one who's really pissed off at you. Oh shit!
Oh, thank
Another
you.
woman pissed off at Della.
Shit!
Oh, thank you.
Son of a bitch!
Oh my
There's always a
goodness.
crappy number in there.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh,
you
Terrible
son of
a
dice was out. You
motherfucking
great,
bitch.
fantastic, fancy rounds.
Look at these.
Terrible
Look at
dice roll
these.
generator.
Okay.
You're a great generator.
All right. Ashok and Elwin both roll death saving throws.
Not Elwin. Or did he die?
Oh no, not Elwin. Ashok does. Ashok has a success. Elwin, on his turn, says, he steps over. He's not dead yet, fortunately. He's sitting at like 12 hit points, and says, "I'm sorry, my friends. We have to go." And he's gonna cast teleport.
My sword would have flown to Deimos before they teleported away.
You got it. Ooh-wee.
Unfortunately, no kill track. Feldor and Euphemia, what do you do?
Feldorn casts fly and dashes 120 feet. Gone. Just as I'll just
Yeah,
keep
we're-
dashing as
We're
long
just
as
gonna
fly
fly
is going.
into the clouds.
Okay. As you guys take off into the clouds, you hear the roars of Incamel's rage. You hear the crashing and toppling of buildings. You hear the screams of thousands and thousands and thousands of people as leapers start to you see them bouncing, as you guys are flying away, just like springing all over the place, flashes of red all over the place, around the city and on the surface of Vortum.
If only they had watched Walking Dead, maybe they would have lived.
Feldorn vows vengeance on the Tarrasque.
Okay. Well, um, next week we should probably ask Elwin where he teleported to.
I think he would have gone to Ospium or our headquarters.
Are we gonna really end it this early?
Well, Feldorn has to go, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it does?
And it seems like a decent breaking point.
That's just. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your people, Kildrak. But when he said he was going to kill them anyways, I wasn't giving him that damn lotus.
Oh no, I don't give it to him. I mean, yeah, they were gonna die anyways. I just wish I would have. If I had known it was an action, I would have continued to climb. Is all. Is the thing.
I think Midas tried to make us sacrifice. What's his name? Ishak.
I wasn't sure what you guys were gonna do.
No, I totally would have kept on climbing had I known it was an action to grab a shock.
Yeah.
I should have amended that on my turn.
Yeah, well, it was definitely an action. There's no way you can run in, teleport in, grab somebody, and then run in and dash. Always.
Well, I mean, it's like grabbing a weapon. It's still grabbing something.
Nope. Mm-mm. Grabbing a weapon is an object interaction. It's a free action, and you get one a turn.
So wasn't that my free action to grab him, and then I would have still had my regular
Nope.
action to
That's
dash?
a grapple. You're
I'm
basically
grabbing him by
grappling
the
a
arm
person.
and pulling him. I'm not picking him up.
It's still an action
Technicality.
because you're grabbing a person, not an object. Your fan is
mean-
like going right into the mic.
No, it's my breath. My bad.
Killjack. Roll a
Yes, sir.
d20. All right. Feldern and Euphemia. As you are flying away, and you hear the screams and the turmoil and the ravaging and the collapsing of stone and tearing of Vordum. You look back and there's a what do you call it? you sense a shift, and you look back, and there's a massive, resounding boom that blasts that just like echoes through the air. Um, it's and from far away, you guys are probably are miles away now, above cloud cover, so it's kind of hard to see. But in the middle of Vordum, you see what seems to be this explosion, this red flame that overtakes the place, and from the great distance that you're at, um, you catch only a glimpse of this. But from the center of the city, that's carved out of a mountain, basically, you see a form begin to rise as you start going away. This is kind of what you see in the distance. Um,
Oh, fuck yes. Fuck yes. I want to be there.
and then and you see this golden creature begin to swing and flare and flash as 1,000 leapers begin to swarm over him. Okay, and that is where we'll end it for tonight.
Well,
Oh, shit,
at
I
least
missed
we
that.
know some dwarves survived. I gotta go, guys. I can't stay up any longer.
What? See, dude.
All right, guys.
Cheers.
Appreciate running it. So wait, Modron popped out and smashed a bunch of leapers, or leapers are smashing?
You don't know.
Kind of both.
Modron went to the defense of his city, but he also revealed himself.
Oh shit.
So
That was his true form. I love that you chose Perforos for his true form.
they'll be held to pay because there's a god revealing himself on the mortal plane right now. So those who are interested in the slaying of the gods will probably be taking notice.
Well, shit. Thanks for running the game. It was a lot of fun.
All
Thanks
right,
for running.
all right, guys. Have a good one. I will catch you next
Yeah.
week.
See you guys next week.
Bye.
Minus,
I'll
I sent
see
you
you
an email.
tomorrow.
All right,
I
cool.
think.
All right, guys. Hey,
I'll see you guys.
thanks. That was fun.
See you tomorrow, Demos.
User
See you guys.
disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel.